Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Beers Deep. It is me and then an unlocked character from Smash Brothers for the N64. Unlocked character from Smash Brothers and N64. How you doing today?
I am Greg.
I am Greg indeed, buddy. Greg, how's your week going so far?
I am Greg.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. Yeah, same for me. I thought it's been a good week so far. Thank you for asking, Greg. I really enjoyed two things that I saw this week, Greg. Can you guess what they were?
I am Greg.
No, come on. Grow up.
I am Greg.
Okay, closer. Yeah.
I am Greg.
Yes. Yeah. That was it. The first one was Josh's spelling clip he posted today. For me, Greg, can you spell all those words?
I am Greg.
No, you don't know xylophone.
I am Greg.
Spell xylophone.
I am Greg.
Oh, shit, he knows xylophone. Do you know what the second thing that I really enjoyed this week, Greg, is?
I am Greg.
Wrong. The fact that you can't grow up and get a light bulb. Josh, can you hear me?
You can't actually tell me that you can understand everything he's saying.
I am Greg.
We know that. You've said that.
What's so hard to understand? He just said, what do you mean?
I am Greg.
Hooked on a feeling.
I wish that I had thought of that for the script at the end of the show. But
yeah, or just before 3 seconds before we went live. But it was a good call. Good call on the fly on your part.
Well, I mean, he still has 13 more minutes to go, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Beers Deep. It's going to be an amazing show tonight. We got a lot going on. We have Josh's. We're not supposed to make fanfare about it, Greg, but his last show as a cowboy before he becomes a cowboy.
I am Greg.
Yeah, he didn't want us to make a big deal out of it, to Greg's point. And to Greg's point also, we get it. I understand. Josh, how do you feel? This is the last time we'll see that door behind you. That's all I got.
Yeah, thank God. No, I need to get the fuck out of here as fast as humanly possible. It's getting worse by the day.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tell the people where you're going. I don't even know if we've ever... I know we announced it like on social, but I don't think we talked about it here, did we?
I don't know. I'm moving to Oklahoma City to start a job with a creative agency called Insight Creative Group. We'll be leaving Wyoming on Saturday, never coming back. Fuck Wyoming. And then I will start on Wednesday at ICG, and then we'll have a show Thursday.
What's greater for you right now, Josh? Moving away, or the fact that we will always be able to hold over Greg's head that he's never had Bonds brewing?
That one. I think.
I am Greg.
What do you mean? That's your fault. That's not our fault. You're the one that didn't go, Greg.
I am Greg.
I now see that this is an even more powerful tool where you can just make up what he's saying.
I am Greg.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Greg.
Yeah.
Well, whoa, Josh, you don't need to swear.
What?
All right. Let's grab these beers. Once the beers crack, Greg, the bit is over.
I am Greg.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Beers Deep. Let's have some fun. 3, 2, 1, action. Boys, what are we drinking tonight?
I'm like, wait, I'm thrown off first off by like, what was the reaction to Josh cracking the beer like that for a second?
Well, I wasn't ready. And then the Beeve Light is a little foamy on impact. This is Beeve Light. It's an American lager.
American.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. It's from Belching Beaver Brewing, which Yinzers...
Elite name, by the way.
Yinzers can get in Pittsburgh. So, Greg, go look for some Beeve Light.
Where's that out of?
Wyoming? Yeah, where? Yeah, do you
California.
know where? Oh, nice.
I might need to look
But
that up.
this is one of the new discoveries from Jeremiah becoming a beer distributor.
Nice.
Shout out
and
JP.
Let me tell you something. Beef Light is pop punk, and that's all you need to know.
Ah, it's my kind of beef then.
Is it emo?
No. Nope. That's Narragansett. That's a Gansett.
Never
Touche.
again. Never
Yeah.
again.
That's a
Touche.
Gansett emo.
Yeah.
Greg, what are you drinking, bud?
I'm drinking some Junk in the Trunk IPA from Hitchhiker. It's a collab they did with Twin Elephant in New Jersey, if you will. I don't know if that's a New Jersey accent.
I don't know what
No.
the fuck that was, to be honest.
I tried to go heavy on that because I feel like New
Should be
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Jersey.
It's basically I'm walking here, but just
New Jersey.
Yeah.
But like say it like you know you're not better than the person, but you're trying to make it like you're better than that person.
So, okay, Jersey.
There you go.
All right, got it.
I think that was better.
Yeah,
God, it couldn't get worse.
embodying the 79-year-old who just had a kid this week. So shout out to that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he's
Oh,
not in
wild.
this movie, but
I know, but still.
I mean, he deserves to have sex. We
He
should
does.
be while that man is kicking, we should be milking him for all the talent. Just 7 more kids. You should have just also said I am Greg. That would have been a funny accent bit.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
have. I was not thinking.
I'm drinking Jackalope Brewing, a wonderful brewery down here. Thunder Ann, their pale ale.
Ooh.
Bueno said that couldn't have been worse. Greg, stick to I am Greg.
Damn it. I'll try.
Bueno's an elitist now that he moved to New York. He tries to. I sent him a meme about Formula One racing. He's like, bro, you don't even watch. I was like, it's just a funny picture. My ticket to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was F1, and he asked me to move seats.
What?
He's a
Really?
gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper. Ask him about it.
Wow. That is rude on so many levels.
Well, we do have a lot to get into tonight. Josh, do we have a transition to this topic, or do you want me to give the spoiler countdown? Okay. there you go.
dun. This week, the conclusion of the arguably the best trilogy that Marvel has produced has come to an end. If you have not seen the movie, though we don't want you to click off of this stream, maybe just leave us on mute, and then we'll wait when it's over. Actually,
like
the graphical change. But we are going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is your spoiler warning. Head out now if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you waiting for? Get your shit together, man. It's the biggest movie of the year.
It's enough warning. Every time someone else comments, I'll be like, hey, what? So let's talk in a little bit of generalities and not try to get too much into plot. And I think the three of us can do this. But first question, where does this rank in terms of all Marvel content for you guys?
Great fucking question.
Wow.
This movie or Guardians as a whole?
Both. Start with this movie, but I would also like to know for Guardians, because their story is obviously one that we've been with for a while, but I have my thoughts and tiers. So let's start with the movie first.
Go ahead, Greg.
I thought the movie as a whole was. I texted you this, Deke, after I saw it. I thought it was the perfect ending for Guardians.
Yes.
I thought it capped the trilogy exactly how I wanted it to. I think everyone shined in the right manner. I love the backstory we got of Rocket through the entire thing. And I love that. I think it was always kind of like, it was a guessing game, I think, about who truly was the main character of Guardians. I think most of us probably thought it was Quill, but I was fascinated that Gunn even came out before the movie and said that Rocket was the main character of Guardians. And it's like, you don't think about it, but then like looking back on it, you're like, oh my God, it actually does kind of make sense. And now that we got the full backstory, we got the tragic upbringing of him. I was just heartbroken during that one scene that occurred, and now, well, actually a lot of scenes with Rocket, but I thought it was the perfect ending to it. I thought the High Evolutionary is a top 5 Marvel villain in my opinion. I love that character. What? No,
Well, hold on.
Josh,
Okay.
come on.
Let Josh do the movie, and then we can get into High Evolutionary, because I just want to hear where Josh has the movie real quick.
Yes.
And then we can dive into that.
It's my second favorite Guardians movie. The way I described it was that 1 was good, 3 was great, 2 was perfect.
Okay. I thought
Interesting.
for
Okay.
me, this is a top 3 Marvel movie.
Top
Like,
three. I
yeah.
don't know if I can do top three for this one.
I can call some out. So for me, I
Yeah.
think the two that I'd put ahead of it, uh, and I want to put Black Panther there too, but Endgame, and then
Yep.
honestly, the first Iron Man. I
Same.
think that the first Iron Man was beautiful, and it was so simple. And when you look back on it, when you watched it, you left the theater and went, "That was a cool little movie." Little did we
Right.
know that was kickstarting everything. Black Panther's up there.
Where's Ragnarok?
So Ragnarok is right there. I like this more than Ragnarok.
You like this more than Ragnarok?
Yes.
And then, well, what about
Ragnarok has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Same with No Way Home. Same with Homecoming.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, Greg, you would put one of the Spider-Men above it, yeah?
No Way Home is the only Marvel movie that I cried 3 times during. So
You
that
didn't
right
cry
there
during
is
this
like
one?
yes.
Oh,
Well,
Get on my level, buddy. I cried 5 times during the Guardians movie.
Wait, what parts did you cry during No Way Home?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. Let's see.
No Way Home's been out forever.
Yeah.
I know, but still, like
That's
just
a
saying.
2021, buddy.
The scene where Aunt May dies.
Yes.
That's one.
Yep.
Okay.
The scene
She's
where all 3 of the Peters are talking about Uncle Ben and kind of like convalescing about it, and even when like
Fair.
Andrew Garfield's Peter is talking about how he wasn't able to save his MJ, which turned out to be Gwen. And then the third one, I believe, was definitely kind of that realization that Peter had when his best friends and the love of his life didn't recognize him anymore.
Yeah.
No, I was okay then because I knew that we got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man back. That was the only reason I didn't cry there.
We did. Yeah, the grassroots like reveal of Spider-Man, of like the one that I remember when I was a kid. It was like a big kind of realization, that one. Then like him being on his own, that was a lot.
Wait a minute. I'm back on the movie thing.
Okay.
Because of No Way Home, technically that does make Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man canon, no?
No, it does.
Makes all of them canon, yeah.
Okay, so then
Everything.
Spider-Man 1 is my 1-1. Endgame is 2. Iron Man is 3.
Yeah.
I would say that first Spider-Man movie was one of the most important movies of my life.
Yeah, the Stoney aspect of it is, but they are canon, right? Their journeys are canon. Their conversations are canon. Yeah, those movies were great. I'll give you that. But
technically, Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange made every Marvel property ever created canon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's better than the High Evolutionary, Josh?
Okay, so Thanos, right? I mean,
there's only 2 top of mind for me. Yeah.
Okay, Thanos, Magneto.
He's
Magneto.
What's he?
He's not MCU though. He's not MCU.
Okay.
MCU.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I apologize.
But
High Evolutionary is a top 5 MCU villain.
Technically, Greg just said that.
Oh, damn it.
Well, no. So they're not canon, and MCU are not the same thing.
I know. Okay, so let's go.
So MCU.
MCU. I would say Red Skull is up there for me. But that might be
really
an emotional attachment thing to, you know what I mean? That might be like a from the comic books situation. No, it's just like you got to remember, like Red Skull is even predates Captain America.
That's fair. Red Skull technically in the MCU was trying to usurp Hitler because Hydra was supposed to be greater than the Nazis.
Yeah, but
in
like
fairness.
Okay, so like hang on, this is a little bit of like comic book nerd seeing things come to life situation.
Which is not MCU, just to clarify.
It is, because Red Skull is MCU.
But Red Skull and MCU is not the same as Red Skull comic book, the same way that the yellow people, God, I can't remember their fucking name, aren't in the comics
Sovereign.
at all.
Sovereign.
The Sovereign's not in the comics.
Yeah, I what I'm trying to say is that like when I saw Captain America, I'm like, holy shit, Red Skull's on a fucking movie screen. Like that, to me, usurps the what's his nuts. I know. Listen, I understand where like you don't necessarily like that take.
Which is not the same but it is. I'll give it to
It's
you.
it's a personal take in fairness. And but in fairness, Josh, like for me, it's tough for me to put Red Skull in that category when the last few movies he's kind of, I don't want to say redeemed himself, but his whole character is completely different now. Now he's technically the guardian of the Soul Stone.
He didn't redeem himself at all. He got banished to do that.
No, he did, but the character change is different. He's not like this guy bent on ruling the world. He's just a guy. He's just a deity that's trapped on a world as a guardian of a Affinity Stone.
Who are the other two you like more than the High Evolutionary?
Thanos.
Well, I guess no. You just said two so far. Red Skull.
And then I fucking loved Keaton as the bad guy in Spider-Man. I just thought that
Vulture.
was kick-ass.
Vulture. Okay.
I thought he was
Michael
so
Keaton's
good.
Character.
And like that it was the dad and the daughter, like the whole, like it all just fucking worked for me in such a nerdy fucking way.
Okay.
I kind of like, I don't know, like the bad guy to me, I was never like threatened by him in the movie.
So it's not so much that you need to be threatened by the High Evolutionary. It's the fact that some corners, and they say it in the movie, some corners in the universe consider him a god. So what basically
so is Ego.
He has, yeah, but the difference was that Ego was the embodiment of a god. This guy just he created civilizations, right? Yeah. So Ego more or less was a planet. He was an actual planet that went to other planets and tried to absorb them for their power, right? Yeah. This guy was at some point just a very smart alien, but then he is technically a god. The reason the High Evolutionary is so dangerous.
Did you know?
Has that been confirmed?
Yep. Not in the MCU.
So the guy I like on YouTube, Emergency Awesome, shout out, said that he's human.
That's interesting because I didn't think so, because in the movie he talked about how he visited Earth a long time ago and was infatuated with his planets, with the planet and the culture and all that.
So the thing he's looking at too there, I'm assuming in that take, Josh, is that a lot of people believe the High Evolutionary had the same powers as Kang the Conqueror, due to the blue suit, due to the ability to move through times and talk about the power, like
colors were very similar. Yeah.
And talk about how the song was 5,000 years before their time that they were listening to with Rocket, and how to get access to that. Well, it had to be blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
You didn't name some massive ones. So Killmonger is the best MCU villain. It's not close.
Well, yeah, because he's like, that was the first MCU villain where we're like, he's got a point here.
This guy brings up a lot of really, really good points.
Yeah.
I personally think that he's the best they've had. That's not like a wild take.
I don't think so. Yeah. Yep.
But for me, there's no real other villains that I like go out of my way and be like, oh, that dude was awesome or sick or crazy. I mean, Namor.
Well, yeah, Namor, we don't really. I don't know if we can count as a villain. He's just a king he's just a king, and he was like looking out for his people, you know? So that's kind of hard to put that, because he was a great character. I don't know if he's a villain. I remember being in a chat with you and Ping was like pushing back on Kang, and I'm like, what? Kang was
he didn't
great.
Like that Kang came out in there, but it's a snippet part. And the only other real take that I do want to say from this, and Sid said, when's the sports talk? Shut the fuck up, Sid.
Shut up, man.
I got to be honest, man. They completely, absolutely 100 million%, in my mind, and you tell me what you think from a comic book standpoint, Josh, ruined the introduction to Adam Warlock.
Yes.
That was the only problem I had with this movie.
So fucking cool. And like
he's like Jesus.
Yeah, he's literally
in comics. I've watched the Infinity Gauntlet comic series played out on YouTube so many times preparing for that. And Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock are these above everybody creatures that understand. They are the Doctor Strange. We're going to get through this. Just everyone keep dying and we'll regenerate you. Right. And it's just, I don't know. To me, like, I get what they're doing, because if he was him when he came out, all the Guardians would have died 5 minutes into the movie, right?
Correct.
If he was actually Adam Warlock. So I get it. And I do really like where it ends up. Yeah. It was just one of those things where I was like, dude, I was the same way you were for Red Skull. I was so geeked to see Adam Warlock because he's been teased since the first movie for Guardians.
Right.
I just didn't love what they did because it felt like another Marvel childhood play, but I get it.
Yeah, it worked out in the end because he becomes a Guardian, and like the whole redeeming arc with the pet and his mom and like the whole 9 yards. So you're kind of like okay with it by the end of it. But like, Sorry, that was a big spoiler.
No, it's okay.
And
We wrote spoilers.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah, I agree. But like, it's hard too because that actor was so fucking good.
Well, and just all I could think
Will
of when he
Poulter,
was there
yeah.
was the tarantula on his nutsack in the RV family trip movie.
Well,
Like,
and then
it's so
did you know
funny.
he's the voice of Sid in Toy Story?
No.
Yeah. So like,
I'm not surprised. I'm not
Yeah, no,
surprised.
he
I
told a
believe it.
great story on a podcast recently about how somebody recognized him at a urinal. And they're like, "What do I know you from? Like, what are you in?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, I'm an actor. You probably see me in some stuff." And he goes, "You're Sid in Toy Story."
Wow.
That's
like,
incredible.
Imagine that. Imagine having your face shown in movies and then that's what it is.
And
Wow.
iconic, like, good movies like that. You know, like, he's kind of been a sneaky childhood actor who's developed into like a good, like, quality. Like, when you see him in a movie, you're like, "All right, cool."
Agreed.
Now,
First off,
Go ahead.
real quick. So two things. One, Scarlet Witch is a sneaky top 5 Marvel villain candidate. Just saying.
that was gonna be one of my questions.
That's a sneaky one. It's a sneaky one. But let me say it.
Well, it's
in
sneaky
two,
because is it true? But
two, I kind of agree with the Warlock thing, but it made sense in the storyline because because he's basically like he released Warlock too early from his
yeah,
cocoon,
I mean, they
so
gave a
therefore
good reason.
so therefore he's a child. Which, and in fairness, I mean, there was like little snippets of like how powerful he is, like literally the scene where they're trying to interrogate the guy and he just vaporizes him
That was sick.
entirely because he doesn't realize his own power yet. So,
That
but
was
I
fun.
think. But I think they set it up nicely that if he continues along in the MCU, that he will eventually become like this all-powerful being that we expect him to be. He just has to grow up, I guess.
I don't even think there's an if he hangs around the MCU.
No, yeah, he's got to be part of it moving forward. He's
Yeah,
one of the
Secret
most,
Invasion will have the Guardians.
yeah.
See, wait. Secret Invasion's gonna have the Guardians. Has that been confirmed?
It has
Secret
to
Invasion
at
is the
this
next
point.
big thing.
But it's a TV show though.
No,
Like I
and
didn't
a
think
movie, and a movie.
Secret Wars is the movie.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion is the show. The whole thing is one.
Okay, yeah,
adventure in my brain.
talking about the Avengers,
No,
like
you're right.
secret.
So here's my thought about We Out Here. What's up, Barrymore? We're talking Guardians of the Galaxy 3. There's spoilers here, so come back in 10 minutes if you don't want to hear spoilers. The one thing I'll add though for that is, so my big thing about the Spider-Man and all that stuff is that there's ground heroes like Hawkeye that just fight muggers, and then there's the guys fighting King the Conqueror. And in this spectrum, go ahead, Josh.
Yep. Space. Yep.
Yes. So in the spectrum, there's this massive gap between like my wallet's stolen and we're all dead. And I think that what they're going to do is start plopping in there these heroes. So the Marvels are up here, right? But then you got She-Hulk who's still down here. My gut reaction, my honest to God gut reaction, Peter Quill is now an entry-level superhero, meaning he is fighting ground things on Earth, and he's going to have some kind of come to Jesus, I don't have my toy moment that I believe crashes with Spider-Man's story. I don't know why, that just feels where I'm going.
Oh, well, because putting Chris Pratt and Tom Holland on screen together is all we really want, right? Like, we all want that. That's not like that's a dunk. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Well, the
killed
other
it
thing,
together.
to think about with that regard is that Quill technically does have these like the powers that he got from Ego, so
No,
therefore
nope.
like
Ego's
oh
dead.
no, he got rid
Ego
of it. Oh,
died,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't have like anything that makes him more special than anything else. He's just a normal human then. So, but in fairness, he got by with all these years as a Ravager and then on planets as a Guardian, just being a human with his mind
Yeah.
and his toys. So that's
As
gonna be
I've said,
fascinating.
Greg,
I
I'm
just
just
need-
a human that fell in love with a girl who came back and was a giant dick.
That was a great scene. That was a
Can
great
we
scene.
talk first off, just real quick, Tom Holland giving him an iPhone with music on it is like a scene I need to have.
Oh, the upgrade
like,
from the Zoom, that'd be
showing
incredible.
him like
yes.
Spotify or something would be incredible. Can we talk about the Gamora and Star-Lord relationship?
Yeah.
For me, not having it in this movie took away. Like, the whole time it's the Sam and Diane, it's the unspoken, it's the, you know what I mean? and like we never see them kiss. We never see we see them kiss later, but like in the movies, the Guardians movies, we don't. Like it's that is such a key pillar to what makes the first two so awesome is the quiet moments between the two of them that it like was distracting to me in the third one how much they played it up that like they weren't together.
I think it was the only possible way to get Peter Quill to leave the Guardians, though. They hammered it home because what she said, obviously, so I'm pulling from exactly her mouth, like, what are you hiding from? Like, what do you need me to be me for you for?
Right.
And it is the, the dog days are over. Run for your mother, run for your father, run for your sisters and brother, and all that. Like, it goes through in that song. And so if they would have kept some, or they started to, there's a 0.000 more zeros chance he ever goes back to Earth.
Right, because in fairness, like Gamora was the only thing that was kind of like it was giving him this depression. It was giving him this thing that he was trying to hold on to for the sake of wishing it was still there, even though he knew it was never going to happen in his heart of hearts. But in fairness, it was the final kick that he just needed to kind of move forward in life, which in turn also led the forward movement of all the other Guardians, which the final scene during that regard where everyone kind of goes their separate ways was kind of poetic to that regard as well.
You'll have to forgive me. I had the windshield wipers on while I was watching that scene because I was just ugly crying.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh.
Are we surprised, by the way, that during that scene and from the whole movie in general, are we surprised that, and this is going to be the massive spoiler, I apologize, that
3, 2, 1.
Are we surprised nobody died?
Yes, pissed me off, Greg.
I really thought Quill was dead, and I was like, damn, they did that. Cool.
We thought,
nice.
My buddy and I thought Rocket was dead.
Yeah, my stance on the Rocket thing is they pushed it too hard for me in the trailers. They pushed it too hard for him, and when they were carrying Quill's body, which was obviously very early in the movie.
That was way earlier than I thought.
Great trailer cut. That is a scene that, like, okay. Like, it was, as they were doing that, I was just like, fuck you guys.
Here's I think the real reason no one died. Who right now are the Guardians of the Galaxy starting, or the Marvel MCU starting 5? Who's their stars? Who's their all-star players?
Left. Yeah.
Wow.
Tom Holland
is an absolute all-star MVP candidate.
And
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is he's an all-star, but he just came off a terrible game with MOF.
He's Kawhi Leonard, Nate.
Dude, yeah, like we thought he was going to be a MVP candidate, and he just came off a career bad game when he's had no misses before that. Wanda, same thing. Great.
I think off a bad game. That's a great point. It's a great because Peter Quill's number 2.
If you kill Peter Quill, if you kill Rocket, if you kill
Drax,
Groot, Mantis, if you kill Gamora, any of those guys, you're limiting the depth for sports analogies. Fuck you, Sid. You're really limiting the depth of who you can pull in because really, I mean, I don't know how much longer Hemsworth has as Thor. I don't know how much longer.
I feel like he's run his course anyway.
Well, he said he was taking a break,
Well, which is fine, but like you have all these big things coming out. You have Invasion, you have Wars. I mean, where's, Bruce Banner's this weird character they use and don't use. Yeah. For me, if they would have killed off one of the Guardians, I think that they would have found themselves, as opposed to expanding them out where Mantis is gone and Drax is staying there and Rocket's out fighting. Now you built in 6 or 7 different storylines, whereas killing them would have handcuffed the Feige.
Arguably, like in terms of overall power, probably the best, the top tier one is probably Captain Marvel.
No. That movie sucked. Nobody likes that character.
I'm talking character by himself. Like, she basically took on Thanos by herself and almost won, and so did Scarlet Witch.
She has to be the strongest
easily.
entity we know of. Well, the Eternals?
No, because the Eternals are just like the Eternals are essentially the equivalent of Silver Surfer. They're the ones that kind of like get things, like they're harbingers, and then when their time is done, like they're supposed to come back.
Yeah, but their time's no longer done. Like they're sentient beings that understand now.
They're also in the MCU. They're combined with the Watchers.
The Watcher, that's true. The Watcher's
like,
probably
they
one of the
kind
most
of like
powerful.
they combined them a little bit in MCU. They gave them some of the Watcher's responsibilities and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
like technically, comic book wise, like
It's Adam Warlock. That's it. That can fight
Yeah.
Marvel right now.
right?
And he can't in the movies.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that's probably it.
Like Wanda, but could Wanda beat Marvel in a one-on-one? Maybe.
It's possible.
But the Darkhold is weird. I'm excited to see Covenant of Witches with Agatha Harkness, though.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I think that's next year too.
Josh, you look inquisitory.
Because I famously stopped after Endgame. The only two franchises I was gonna ride out were Spider-Man.
Did you not watch
and
WandaVision?
Guardians. Nope.
What? Josh, you
I've
would
not
love
seen
it.
Did you watch
anything.
Moon Knight?
Nope.
Oh, Moon Knight's incredible too.
I think Moon Knight is. I mean, Loki's the best show. You can't really top that. For me, Moon Knight's 3.
It's
I would
hard.
say
It's hard because I like you guys are saying characters' names and I know the characters, but I
Well,
don't know the MCU context. Of
Here's the flip. Greg, and I feel like going to be on my side for this one. Who is the first character here? Because Greg, you didn't read the comics, right? The way Josh did.
no, I got like I would see the movies and then I would like delve as much
Yes, yeah.
information as I possibly can. Yeah.
Who is the first character you didn't know that you saw in a Marvel movie or a Marvel TV show? Because
Good
to me,
question.
it was Guardians. I knew nothing about them. And because that
Yeah,
movie
it
was
was
so
Guardians.
damn good,
It was
I
Guardians,
trust
yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah,
I trust
and-
Moon Knight.
Yeah. Guardians was definitely the first one because like I remember when they made the announcements and I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck is Guardians of the Galaxy? And
It
then
felt
like I
a
just
one-off little
yeah,
thing.
and then like everyone is like looking at it, and then like everything I see on IGN and all these posters are like, I can't believe we're getting a fucking Guardians movie before all these other like bigger heroes and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is weird. But then now, lo and behold, the Guardians of the Galaxy have become like just this multimedia like bundle. They have a video game, they have an entire attraction at Disney, like they have all these fandoms now. So like, yeah, I would say it's Guardians easily.
Before the Guardians movie, there was a humble author who wrote an entire Drax storyline.
Mhm.
Oh
and
boy.
talk about him being like basically because Drax is a fun character even in the comic books, but Phil Brooks really brought Drax to life for me as in the comic book. So like I was aware of the Guardians by the time that came up. Also, Rocket in Secret Invasions is fucking awesome. The comic book line. So like but Phil Brooks is CM Punk.
Yep.
Last, I did not know that. Last question, and then we can jump off this if you guys want.
Sure.
Favorite part of the movie, favorite scene, favorite moment, favorite part.
I'll go
We don't
first.
Go ahead.
Okay,
I have some things I'd like to say.
Well, I do because I mean,
Do it.
I just want to know if Derek is gonna give Gunn the credit for introducing him to Space Hogs in the meantime, or if he's going to give me credit like he should have given me credit for camp.
Who are Space Hogs?
So when they're in the multicolored suits and they're like
Yeah.
running that song, that do 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 do, I used to play in the studio all the time.
I don't remember that. I
Yeah,
love
I
this
know.
song.
The only one because I played it right after camp.
Yeah.
So are you saying you are
Huh.
more of an ingenious revolutionary compared to James Gunn then in terms
I'm
of your
just
music
saying
choices?
No, because I
James
didn't
Gunn
notice
and I
it
could
back
have
then.
a beer and have a great time. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like that's the case for 95% of the population, in fairness,
Yeah.
with James Gunn. Yeah.
Oh, not with me.
Well, no, like everyone wants to have a beer with James
No,
Gunn.
with James
bud.
Gunn. Yeah. True.
No, I think I think that in that whole like that's when the comedy's at its best is when they're on in the weird butthole and
Dude,
they're like
oh my God.
going through
Sorry.
space and he hits the blue button and like he's just talking to Gamora.
Was
and,
that
like,
yours, Greg?
Yes, when Mantis is like giving the entire explanation for the color thing and it doesn't make sense at all.
Josh
It's
says,
Yeah.
incredible.
You're wrong. Yellow's for yellow. Orange
Yeah.
is for blue. And she
Yeah.
goes, I think you're wrong.
So good. I mean, that was and Yeah, because that's when we get like a lot of the scenes from the trailer. Like, and my girlfriend came back, and now she's a dick. Like,
Yeah,
and
my
he's like,
favorite
I'm
part
not
of
an
that.
Infinity Stone scientist.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just a guy from Earth.
Yeah.
I like when the guards come in and he's like, "Whoa, what are you guys doing?"
yeah.
It's like this is an emergency. He's like, "Oh, I have one of those. You love you. You're great.
Oh,
You."
shit. Who is Do you
He
know
was
that's
Oh,
the,
Nathan Fillion. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
movie.
Nathan Fillion.
the detached guy
Which
from
I didn't.
Suicide Squad.
Well, he's in everything Gunn does.
Mhm.
He's
awesome.
he's in everything. Because he's Greg, what is it? Maybe you know Derek.
An actor.
Yeah, but he's
Firefly.
no, it's Battlestar Galactica, right? Isn't he the lead?
Firefly.
I was
Oh,
gonna say
Firefly. I'm
Firefly,
sorry.
yeah.
You broke up when you said that. And now
Firefly.
you frozen. Okay, cool. Now you're really frozen. All right, so yeah. Anyway, that was probably my favorite sequence in the movie was the butthole planet thing.
It's so good, dude. I think I have two, and Ping called out the one in me, him, and Greg's group. We chatted real quick when Mantis screams at the thing in the cage and goes, "I was just yelling at something behind you that's terrifying, not you."
James Gunn voiced that thing
Yeah.
too, which was amazing.
And the other one was, dude, I just can't get over Drax in the background of stuff. So, Greg, I know you watch New Rockstars. Shout out New Rockstars, Josh. I don't know if you
Yes,
know
I love New Rockstars.
So Drax, when he has the Zarg nuts, is the funniest character because there's a moment where Mantis goes, "Well, blah blah blah," and Quill goes, "Well, people die when they're 50 on Earth," and she goes, "Are you gonna die?" And Drax in the background goes, and just eats a Zarg nut. And then when she goes, "What if I wanted a Zarg nut?" He goes, "I'm all out."
I'm all out and then he eats one.
Like him with the Zarg nuts, I adore everything Batista does.
I tweeted that Dave Bautista deserves an Oscar for Drax. Like,
He's
if you put all three movies together and tell me it's not a perfect character and actor, like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
I understand that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the biggest, but Batista is the best actor to come out of any sport ever.
Yep.
Wow.
100.
That's a
Greg,
bold take. and I like it. I like it a
You
lot.
know what I mean? Who you fighting with it, Greg? Yeah, there's not. It's John Cena, The Rock, Batista, Ray Allen, and Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Jordan,
Yep.
LeBron.
Hey, LeBron, you got to put in there technically.
Yeah, no, LeBron's actually Trainwreck.
Oh, he's awesome in Trainwreck.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's worse movies out there.
Him and Bill Hader, anytime he's really good in Trainwreck. Him and Cena are really the only good things about Trainwreck, actually.
Shout out Amy Schumer. Yeah, I rank it as I think it's a top 3 for me. The bad guy, I put him at top 5, and I adored it. So.
Greg, favorite scene?
NBA. We're talking Guardians real quick. So if you have spoilers, NBA rigged. If you have not seen Guardians 3, mute it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, for me, there were a couple. Obviously, the Mantis scene where she's going over the color box, that makes no sense. I didn't realize that Quill dropping the F-bomb was the first time the F-bomb was ever done in a Marvel movie. And the timing was perfect.
He put it in his contract.
Well, actually, what was funny is like apparently I saw it on New Rockstars. Actually, they said like it was just a take that they did. And Gunn says that in PG-13 movies, they can only get away with one F-bomb.
You get one.
You get one, and that was just
fucking door.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Kobe was like, "That's what they used it on."
I loved it.
As it happened, it was so funny.
And I must say, like, while I thought with the worst when Quill was about to die in space, the scene where Adam literally touches him is like in like a comparison of like the painting of Adam was just perfect. Just perfect. Because it was almost kind of like a passing of the torch for like the new version of the Guardians versus the old version of the Guardians as well.
Well, it's also a callback to Yondu saving Quill from 2.
Oh, that's true. Yep. That is very true as well.
Also, where the fuck did his mask go?
Yeah, so there's a
great point.
There's a new Rockstars video that debunks it, and I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but I think it's something
it like
to do
breaks,
with them going.
It breaks on Ego's planet, but if Rocket can make a new fucking like morph arm for Nebula, you can't remake a little fucking mask.
Well, that was Captain. Oh, you mean her? I got you. I thought that was Winter Soldier's arm.
Which,
but I know.
No, that was not.
Sorry.
And
not hers. No. The one they get. in the Christmas special.
Yeah.
That was what I.
Yeah,
Yes,
Winter
I know
Soldier's
it's
Army.
not.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something that I'm mad about, by the way. They never like revealed how Nebula got Bucky's arm. I was hoping they would do that in the third movie
Well,
as
there's-
like a nice little Easter egg thing, but they didn't.
My guy, the emergency awesome guy, said that he hopes that there's a great scene where Peter Quill shows up to like an Avengers meeting. He's like, "Hey, sorry about that." That was also a huge bummer. That was like one of the other, though. Like they didn't they did the metaphor thing in all three movies, which was awesome. And like the actual metaphor part, like I was crying for that in the third one.
Yes.
And then, but Rocket didn't steal a prosthetic in this movie.
No.
And that crushed me. Because that's always my favorite. And he's like, and we're going to need that guy's eye.
That guy's eye. Just to debunk for you, someone asked James Gunn on May 7th, is there a reason, quote, in of his helmet? James Gunn tweeted, "It's in his desk drawer in nowhere. He had to get out of there fast, as you know." And as for the next question, people asked, the rockets that clip onto his boots are far inferior to the jetpack Rocket has made them. So they're just not around at all anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that makes...
Nice
yes,
save, James
the rocket jetpack is better, but it's not for
also
Drax who
not
has
on
sensitive
his-
nipples.
Dude, that was...
I forgot about that.
Oh, man, I love it.
Oh, my nipples. So funny. Oh, my... Fucking Dave Bautista and Oscar.
Yeah. And also, like, in terms of the ending, too, I must say, in terms of character redeeming arc as well, I think that was a perfect full circle for Nebula.
Yes, agreed.
Perfect full circle. Where she's introduced in the first Guardians as, like, the rival of Gamora. She was teaming with Ronan to get the Power Stone. She ends up, and then she sees her progress, and then all of a sudden now she's going to be the leader of nowhere, like raising an entire civilization. That's pretty cool.
Does it annoy you that type of character arc came from Loki watching 5 minutes of his life through a screen in the TV show Loki, Greg, because Josh hasn't seen it?
Well, Loki's character arc well, I guess that's the wrong Loki, huh?
Yes, the Loki we know caught the stone,
right,
and then zapped, and then went to the TVA and just watched himself being a dick and his mom dying because of it, and goes, "Yeah, cool, I'm ready. Like I'm your guy's Loki again."
Oh,
this
cool.
character arc took like 5 fucking movies and a Christmas special.
Yeah,
where she steals
yes.
Poor Rocket.
So
yeah, I mean they made the joke in the Christmas special. Why can't they make it? Or is like Bucky's arm the ultimate prosthetic, where Rocket's like fulfilled?
Oh, for sure, it's the ultimate prosthetic. Absolutely, it is. Yes, 100%.
All right. Cool. Is NBA Rig still in the chat?
Yeah, he said I dropped NBA Fun Awards in our Discord. I'll look at that, Josh. You keep going with you.
Well, then let's because he asked for it and he's here. Let's do it. The top. So NBA Rigged, instead of just the top 5 clutch NBA players of all time, we expanded it a little bit. But there are 3 basketball players in these picks. So we did top 5 clutch athletes, 1 per sport. So 1 football, 1 baseball, 1 hockey, 1 soccer, 1 basketball. Greg, you want to go first?
Sure. For me, for baseball, for the easy start, obviously had to have been Mr. November, the captain, Derek Jeter, won 4 World Series from 96, 97, 98, and 2000, and I believe won another.
5
and I can't. 5 times. Thank you for that. NFL, Joe Montana. Obviously, the guy who won 4 Super Bowls for the Niners, 3rd round draft pick, started the Niners dynasty with the catch, and then just led his team to one of the greatest underdog stories, in my opinion, just for the fact that he was a 3rd round draft pick. No one necessarily thought he was going to be a franchise guy, and then became a legend from that. The NBA, I don't know if Deke will approve of this one or not, but I'm going to try anyway. Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry. I tried that. It's not a star guy necessarily, but the man's got rings, and he
7.
is notoriously clutch for that.
The only one I agree with so far.
Greg, can I help you?
Notoriously clutch.
With
Because
Horry,
I'm cutting off. Yeah, go ahead.
No. 244 playoff games, 50% from the field, and 72% from the line in the playoffs. Pretty clutch.
Yeah, that's the
Very
one
clutch.
that I agree with so far.
Okay. NHL, Mike Bossy. The last time there was a true dynasty in the NHL was the 4-time back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, New York Islanders. He was their captain. Probably the
He
most
wasn't their
underappreciated.
captain.
Who was their captain?
Gillies.
Oh, damn, you're right. Gillies was the captain.
He didn't
Captains
even
aren't
wear a
clutch.
letter.
Captains aren't
I
clutch,
apologize.
though.
Yeah, they're just leaders.
He was the boss, though.
No.
That's what it says.
He
Bossy.
was-
Oh, yeah,
he
there
was
you
a
go.
little
bossy.
bit. Yeah, a little different.
That's fair. I would argue the star player of that dynasty then, Josh. Is
No.
that fair to say? Yes, he was.
No.
He's the only guy to score, 40 goals in 40 games during one of his cup runs?
I mean, there's no doubt that he was a great player, but okay, so first off, he only won one Conn Smythe out of 4 Stanley Cups in a row. Okay.
Agreed, NBA.
He 129 playoff games, 160 points in those playoff games is awesome. He's a Hall of Famer, 85 playoff goals through his career, no doubt. Was he a great player? Yes. Was he clutch? No. He never had a game-winning goal. He never, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he had a moment.
Is that wait a second
Pink?
then? Is it just one moment then that defines the clutch then?
No,
or is
but,
it just consistency?
You can point
That's
to the
where I'm
rest of
going
the
with.
guys on your list and say this was their moment.
Well, this
That's
is Mike
fair.
Bossy's moment.
This is Greg giving Mike Bossy credit. That's his moment.
Mike Bossy
On our little
giving Mike Bossy
podcast.
flowers.
Give him his roses, Greg.
Yeah.
And then I will give him his flowers in this case, even though my dad hates the Islanders, which is kind of funny. But
He should.
and then I will
Definitely should.
and then I will finish it off for soccer. I'll go Pele.
Yeah.
Pele, it just seemed like an easy one for me. 3-time World Cup champion is
Well,
the guy. What do you mean? Well, he won 3 World Cups,
he didn't
2?
play in all 3, Greg.
but he has 3 technically.
He has 3 World Cup Finals goals. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
He has
You
6
do have
league
on his graphics
championships.
3 times World Cup, though, Josh. Just
I know
and you
because
have
he was
11
on
World
he
Cup
was on the
goals.
Brazilian team, but he was hurt. He did not play.
Yeah.
He got hurt
It's
in
like-
qualifying or in the knockout
It's like
stages round.
It's like Russell Westbrook is gonna get a ring this year if the Lakers win. Just saying, he counts.
Anyway,
So I'm counting them. Those are my clutch guys. I'm more than I.
Let's
That's
get
what I
through
came
them
up
all,
with.
then I got a lot of questions.
Okay,
go ahead.
that was his. That's it.
That was his. What sport is it the same sport order, Josh?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Sure.
'Kay.
Is it baseball, football, basketball, hockey?
Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer.
All right. Mine are different. Also, NBA says, where do you guys rank Mario compared to Bossy? Not even in the same fucking strat.
No, not in the same stratosphere. Yeah.
My baseball player, Greg, is Justin Verlander. Because Clayton Kershaw sucks.
Clayton Kershaw does suck. I'll give you that.
My
I'll give you that.
football player is Justin Tucker.
A
Because
kicker?
he's
I was
the
gonna
most
say-
clutch player in NFL history, and I assumed you were going to take the second in Tom Brady, and you didn't because you're a fool.
No, I overthought it. I was gonna go with another kicker, and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Basketball. All right, I took this one serious. Kobe Bryant. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
NHL. Gritty.
Can I read Gritty's
Yes, you
why
can.
Gritty's clutch? Greg, collect
Go
yourself.
ahead.
This is serious business. Gritty,
Wake
All
up.
right.
undefeated on the internet, never
Uh-huh.
been arrested, friend
Never.
of dogs, squeaky
Always.
belly button, dominates children in hockey, snuck
Always.
into Canada, TBD Hall of Fame.
He is a TBD Hall of Fame.
That's
member,
2 beers
fair.
deep and to be determined.
Yes, true.
Mhm.
And then last, I was gonna go with Mario Götze for the World Cup, but no, I'm not. Give me Henny Mukhtar, Tennessee Athlete of the Year, Nashville SC.
Oh my
MVP,
God.
greatest player in the MLS. Give me Mukhtar, baby.
He's seriously the Tennessee Athlete of the Year.
What do you mean seriously?
His graphic
I
says
thought-
King of Nashville.
That's fair.
doing?
That's fair. That's
Who do you
enough.
think it was gonna be?
I don't know. I thought they were gonna find a way to make it Hendon Hooker or Derrick Henry or John Moran.
Oh, all
or
those
something.
betas?
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Didn't think
Mhm.
so.
Mhm. Which, by the way, real quick before you get to yours, Josh, did you see the Flyers? Like when he brought up Gritty, I just like the Flyers like snippet this morning from like talking about how they're gonna like change the organization just had me in tears at some point.
No.
You didn't see that?
Uh-uh.
They hired their new president of hockey operations, which is Keith Jones.
Right.
And then they
Surprise.
made Danny Briere the new GM, and then they
Yep.
came out with like a mission statement talking about how they're gonna like new strategies, new everything, but we're still gonna have that same determination and grit that comes with being a Flyer. And it's just it's something. You gotta read it.
All right.
It's incredible.
I thought
Okay.
you were talking about Gritty doing the Darkness Retreat.
What?
He did a Darkness Retreat, and he did a notes app of like how it went.
That's funny.
And then he's like, I also took some pictures, and it's just black squares. Like I said, like the graphic says, undefeated on the internet. Undefeated.
That's fair.
NBA
That's fair.
strongly disagrees. He says Brian is actually very unclutch. He took too many shots. It's untrue. He has 24 game winners in his career and put the Lakers team on his back, his entire organization. He's arguably the most clutch player in NBA history.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't have to look that one up, bud.
maybe not the most. It's like there's like two dudes that you can argue for most clutch, and I believe I have the other one in my basketball slot. My baseball player is Mariano Rivera. Duh. He's a
The
fucking
Sandman.
closer.
Yep.
Right?
Sandman. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not married to Kate Upton, but that's cool.
That's it's true.
You guys
Not
want
winning in life,
to
that's
talk
fair.
closers? We got a conversation later.
Adam Vinatieri is my
Yeah.
kicker. Four-time Super Bowl champion, 2 Super Bowl winning kicks, 29 game winning kicks, most consecutive kicks made, most career makes, most playoff makes, most overtime makes, and he's a fucking Hall of Famer.
Isn't
Adam
it-
Vinatieri.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
He's Josh. I think you left off his most important trait. Isn't he the highest scorer in NFL history?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
surprised.
Robbie Gold.
That's a big one. I thought you had that on there.
I thought Robbie Gold still was actually, unless he's the active one.
I
or
think that's
something like
active,
that.
bud.
Okay.
Let's look. I'll look it up.
My basketball one's MJ. 6 NBA championships, 6 Finals MVPs.
Yeah, so that's up there. I mean, yeah, we can have
Right?
that one.
Like, okay.
Braun is not more accurate in clutch percentage. NBA. I hate you. I don't actually hate you.
My hockey one, since I'm the only one that knows hockey, apparently, since Greg really fucking sat in it with the
Excuse
Mike
me.
Bossy pick. True, Gritty is undefeated.
And in my defense, Josh, I Googled and was gonna pick Patrick Roy, but I
say that again, I will fucking fly to Nashville and beat your ass.
Patrice Roy. I was gonna pick him, and then I said no. I'll let my friend Josh
Bernard
take it because that's
Poulet.
the obvious one. Yeah, Bernard Poulet.
4-time Stanley Cup champion, 3-time Conn Smythe winner. That's insane. Goalies aren't supposed to win that award. He won it 3 fucking times. 3 Vezinas, most playoff wins,
No tie.
most playoff games. He had an average of 1.93 goals against in the finals. So if you played him in a Stanley Cup final game, you got a goal, and that was it. Hall of Famer. And then my soccer pick, I think, is a little heady, but I kind of love it. There's only one person in the entire history of sports where the time in which it is to be clutch is named after him.
There's 2. Dame time.
Dame time. That's true.
But yours is better. Yours is much better.
Sir Alex Ferguson, 13 EPL titles, 3 Champions League titles, 11 Managers of the Year, 35 other trophies, Manager of the Decade. He's a literal knight, and fucking
That's
Fergie
true.
time. It's literally, when are you going to be clutch? In Fergie time. Fucking
He is,
insane.
I think, without a doubt, the greatest coach in sports history.
Ever. It's like, I mean, it's
Ooh,
not
it's
even
him and Phil Jackson.
But like Phil, like, I mean, the amount of dominance to win 13 championships in the greatest league in that sport.
And he never really had the best player. He had amazing players, but if you look at the young group he had, Neville and Bex and that whole group, Giggsy, they weren't otherworldly. Beckham obviously was, and he went to Madrid
Right.
for it. But Rooney at his time was great, but Rooney is not. I
He
love
wasn't
Wayne
Messi, and he
That-
had Ronaldo, but like Ronaldo wasn't quite Ronaldo yet.
Ronaldo
yeah,
was
I
still
can-
a spunky
I can understand
kid.
that. Yeah.
Like they never really had. I mean, Edwin van der Sar, obviously, famously Vidic. Like some of these guys, Rio Ferdinand were the guy, but they weren't.
They
he
weren't
didn't-
Messi.
And they wasn't. It was in a time where you were just buying players. Like
Right.
it wasn't like, oh, Holland's good. Here's $100 million for today.
Right.
Come back
Right.
tomorrow. We'll do it again.
Yeah,
Right.
so you could argue he's one of the greatest tacticians and greatest strategists of our generation with
And just-
regards to like sports in general.
But Greg, here's the crazy part. Any championship game he was in, he only lost one.
So we're talking like FA Cup, like UEFA
Everything.
Champions League, like
if a trophy
Super
was on
Cup,
the
like
line,
everything.
he lost once. In his entire fucking career of like 4 decades, he lost one.
No wonder Man United fans are spoiled. Makes
Not
sense.
even Phil can say that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
All my teams that I loved were bad around the same time. Man U, Lakers, Steelers, Pirates, Pens. And it really, really, really is nice now that they're all kind of fucking good.
Mhm.
It was a sad couple months there, or years.
When the Steelers weren't bad when we were kids.
No, but neither were what? No, I'm saying like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. The Lakers are the laughing stock of the NBA. Man U is the laughing stock of the Prem. We were on a dying Big Ben arm. The Pirates were just the Pirates.
5 years ago? We still had AB and Lev.
I'm just saying in the past like 4 or 5 years. Like
Yeah.
there is a time where all my teams were shit
Oh,
at some
okay.
iteration
Alright.
in this time thing.
Anyway.
I mean, we didn't win a Super Bowl, so it doesn't like
Exactly. That's a disappointment.
Yeah, I guess what the Packers Super Bowl was almost 10 years ago,
Yeah,
or was?
Yeah, I was
It
a-
is?
I was a-
it was 12.
I
it
was a
12?
I was a sophomore in college, so yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. Okay, that fucked me up. Thanks. I feel old now.
You're welcome.
Okay. So that was our top clutch players. What were NBA's
Shout out to
comments,
NBA.
or do you want to rip somebody apart for their particular bad picks?
No, NBA just says that Braun is more clutch percentage-wise than Bryant. I think that the more important stat there is that anybody that gets one game-winning shot and never gets another chance to shoot it would be 100%.
Right.
I'd rather take the guy that has the reps at the game-winning shot and actually hits more of them than just, a lower
Well,
amount.
Well, wait, that leads to the question then. How do you measure clutch then? Like, is clutch like within the last 2 minutes of the game then? Is that what we're going with?
Clutch, for what he's saying, is game-winning shots alone. Clutch, for all of
Okay.
this, is that you can trust them no matter what second the clock is. Jesus Christ, Bean. No
We
matter
can't
what
hear
second.
him.
I know. Oh, I can. It's loud.
Okay, we can't
Oh,
hear him.
I got you.
It's this.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm open.
okay.
Hit me.
Oh, Josh, please clip that.
I hit the wall behind it. and then
Yeah,
it came
It was
back.
good.
Oh, I was hoping. I thought you did that on purpose. That would have been amazing.
I didn't. Sorry, Bean. I scared him.
Because there was like
Go on. Yeah.
they said the last night that like Steph Curry has
He's like
never
0 for
made
12.
a shot in the last 40, or he's like 0 for 12 in the last 45 seconds or something.
So we think of Steph as clutch because he closes out every quarter, every half, every second of basketball that's winding down. He launches a ball.
Right.
He hits a lot of them. Now, when it's fourth quarter, he has a bad percentage. I think the interesting conversation, though, is Hay himself is clutch despite being 0 for 12 in the fourth. And you could say those situations make him not clutch or whatever. Steph Curry has to be somewhat clutch because he's still putting up 50, 60 points. Like clutch is a spectrum.
Well,
I think
Go ahead.
clutch also is kind of a factor of would you trust them in that situation as well. So like it may not even be based on past performance. It could also be based on the fact of like if you're in this X situation, like who are you giving the ball to? So it's it could be a full body of work perhaps with regards to measuring that.
I would also go clutch though is like, and this is my hockey bias, but like Andre Vasilevsky having a shutout in like what was it, like 7 like elimination games in a row. They never even
That
had
I
a
would argue
chance
is
to
clutch.
win the game.
That I would
He
argue
didn't
is
let him
clutch
in
then.
the
That's
game.
fair.
That's a
Yeah.
whole nother version of clutch
So-
where like you don't have to hit a game winning shot because the other team was never allowed to win the game.
That's where I'm at with NBA says clutch equals what you expected of that player. Did he deliver? Curry, very unclutch because he shot a lot of them, missed most of them. Yeah, but you're contradicting.
But he's
the
got
entire
5 rings.
Yeah, he has 5 rings. He can throw the ball up from his hip and score. If a player you didn't trust in the moment hits the shot, that's not clutch, Ping said. That's an interesting one too. If a player you didn't trust hits the shot. No, I'd say that's it, but you trust guys because they are clutch. Unclutch worthy players can make clutch plays, but that doesn't make them clutch.
Right. Yeah, there's got to be consistency to earn a clutch title.
There's a reason I didn't pick Mario Götze. The World Cup goal, that was the clutchest moment in World Cup history. Is he clutch? No. He had
so
a
that
clutch
was pure.
play.
That was more luck than anything.
No.
You can't say it's luck because luck is preparation and opportunity meeting up, right? Like if you don't take 100 PKs, you're going to miss it, right? Like that's kind of the difference. But like the difference is like Lionel Messi scored those 2 goals in the final, and like he hit his penalty shot. Like that's clutch. Like on the biggest game, he showed up and played his best game.
NBA says Bron and MJ delivered throughout their 20 years. Bryant, or more than Bryant. Hence, NBA, you're killing me. Bryant played 20 years. MJ played 15, and MJ's last 3 years were with the fucking Wizards. And he sucked ass. And he took 2 years off in there. I mean, Brian is literally the most clutch person we've talked about so far. He says from Shat, yeah, you're just trolling at this point. Is Lonnie Walker clutch?
No.
Well, he put up 15 in the 4th for the Lakers.
I'm aware what he did, but no.
Lonnie Walker took advantage of an opportunity.
Yes.
That's what I would argue.
But that's what we're saying, Greg. Is like,
yeah,
it's in an opportunity. But like, did Lonnie Walker show up in last night's game? No, he was fucking invisible.
Yeah.
If Lonnie Walker would have put up 15 to bring them back into that game when they were down by 10 and win the game, then yeah, you start to go, maybe this Lonnie Walker kid's clutch. Like fucking Jimmy Butler hitting that shot against the Bucks to send it to send it to overtime, where he's literally falling on his ass and shoots the ball into the air. We've seen Jimmy Butler do that. He's done it a bunch. Not necessarily that play, but like the play that he shouldn't be able to make to send a game to overtime or win a game, Jimmy Butler makes it. He's clutch.
Himmy Butler.
Right.
Cool.
So, all right. Well, that's the clutch discussion. You guys want to take a break?
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
We will be right back after these commercial messages. Bye.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Vault, the weekly show from Thoughts from the Bench that takes a look back at some of the best and worst sports jerseys of all time.
So, I looked up what a Canuck was. Ben, you're gonna shit yourself. What a fucking silly country.
Here comes the Crimson Chin.
No. You sound like the John Candy in a fucking snapshot.
That's Uncle Buck.
I have an irrational fear of alligators and crocodiles. I hate them.
What? Of like, okay, this school who looks like they're in High School Musical just came and balled out. So yeah, they're not drinking Gatorade or water on the sidelines. They just got bottles of Barbicide and they're just fucking tanking them down, dude. Like that guy who's gone and said, "Okay, where's the keg at?" You know, like that type of guy.
Yeah.
Like
he's a glue guy. He's a glue guy.
Okay, he's a glue guy.
I want to show off the human goose that is my Glennon.
Oh my god, he is a goose.
They're like mom jeans with the elastic on top. Like, I don't...
I'm okay. I'm okay. He's a man of the people. He's in with the students at games and sporting events. He's posing with the frat boys. He's getting pumped up, literally and metaphorically speaking, for every event. He is Dartmouth.
What?
That was really funny.
Football's the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell.
JJ Watt, bring it on over, pal. Bring it on over. Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum. I'm just naming off science shit now.
Yeah, Steelers, black and the gold. Here we go. This town of Pittsburgh's heart and soul. Here we go. The Steeler Nation has the best fans. We are from Pittsburgh, the 6-time Super Bowl champ. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. Pittsburgh's gone to the Super Bowl. Coach Tomlin is ready.
Hey,
Hey,
What's up? I
don't
got
know.
something for you. I got something for you, man.
Don't ruin it.
You don't want me to ruin it?
Tell me with a little more give me a little
Give me a
Antissa
little drum. Wait for it.
patient.
I was doing How I Met Your Mother thing. Damn it.
patient.
No, I
That's
did Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, damn,
I've
that was
never
good
seen
too.
that.
You finger banger.
Greg,
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's good.
go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have in front of me the 2023 schedule for your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here we go. Stellars. I'm gonna bring the song back. Hang on. Let me bring the song back. Here we go.
While you're doing that, NBA would like to know what we're drinking.
I just finished a Hitchhiker.
Jackalope Thunder Hands.
I just opened this Southern Cross from Crooked Stave in Colorado. IPA.
Wow.
Really good.
That's a lot of
Nice.
words. It sounded cool.
Almost hazy. It says New Zealand style IPA. It fucks.
Ooh.
It fucks.
Huh.
Plain and simple.
I just finished my craft beer, so
Like
like
that.
I'm on the cheap beer that I bought for the next few weeks, and that is Bud Light currently. But
Since there's a
but-
bet we play the Browns twice, I'll take that bet.
that's a good bet.
That's a
Let's see. The 2023 schedule has officially out, and for your Pittsburgh Steelers, we got the following: Week 1, we are home against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Week 2, Monday Night Football at home against the Cleveland Browns.
Wow, week 2.
Yeah.
That's early.
Yeah,
Week-
we normally play late division.
Yeah. Week 3, Sunday Night Football on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's cool.
The Raiders.
Week 4, on the road against the Houston Texans.
That's a win.
hmm
Hang on,
Week
we'll do
fi-
that after.
Week 5, at home against the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Week 6, bye.
That
Whoa.
sucks. That
Yeah, I know, I don't-
sucks so hard.
Week 7, on the road against the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
Week 8, at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Interesting.
Week 9, Thursday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans at home.
Yeah, that one pisses me off. I wanted that to be here.
Week 10, at home against the Green Bay Packers. Week 11, on the road against the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. Wow. We get them out of the way early.
Yeah.
Mm. Week 12, on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Say that
that-
one more time.
Week 12, on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's the first time we've played them. We've played the Browns twice and the Ravens once already, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Week 13, at home against the Arizona Cardinals.
Ugh. Ugh.
Love that.
Week 14, Thursday Night Football against the New England Patriots at home.
Love that.
Yeah,
We
you're
have
not
2
gonna love
Thursday
the
night
last 3
games.
games.
Week 15, on the road against the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, easy peasy.
Week 16, at home, Saturday night, Christmas weekend against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Nice. Did we play the Colts at the Colts last year? That's stupid.
Yeah. Week 17, New Year's Eve against the Seattle Seahawks.
Fuck.
On the road. On the road.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
Why?
then week 18 on the road against the Baltimore Ravens.
That one sucks. Why don't you
Yup.
like the Seahawks 17 on the road?
You don't think? Oh, you think they're gonna be bad this year, huh?
I think they're going to be as projected they were supposed to be last year. My thing with Gino had an amazing year. He's really good. No one expected that. No one gave him credit. And I'm talking other teams as well. They add in a really confusing pick in Zach Charbonnet, which means they're going to go 2 running backs, which is interesting, but whatever. They bring in JSN. They have some nice skill position players. Pete Carroll has lost his fastball. I think last year was his last,
Everyone's their
fat
fucking
boy.
fastball this year.
Yeah, dude.
Belichick lost it in the draft. Pete Carroll lost it in the offseason. Maybe they're old men. They shouldn't be throwing footballs or baseballs.
I'm not.
Well,
scared
as you
of
get
any of those teams.
As you get older, pitchers do rely more on off-speed pitches to try to stay relevant. In fairness, so
That's kind of the point, Greg, of the. Bit.
Okay, so then
Mm.
let's
The
pick it up from
saying.
the top. And I'll keep track of all this here. Hang on a sec. San Francisco week 1 win, yes or no? Go ahead.
Yes.
no.
Okay,
Who
so
the fuck's their quarterback week 1?
I'm looking at that team, dude. That team
Okay.
is scary deep.
Who the fuck's
saying.
their quarterback?
I don't know, but I'm looking at the rest of their team. You got McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Ayuk in that defense. Come on, that's gonna be that.
Najee Harris, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, and our defense with Kenny Pickett and Mike Tomlin.
I think first week the Niners get one up on us. That's it.
All right.
So here's the deal, though. We have won week 1 with the past at least 2 years in a row, if not further than that.
They don't scare me.
All right, I'm siding with Greg, but it's not as cemented as Greg's opinion. Okay, week 2 against the Browns.
Win.
Win.
Week 3 Sunday Night Football against the Raiders.
Win. That team's decimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, win. They always lay an egg against the Raiders, but this is a different
Like,
Raiders
Adams
team.
is tough, but I mean, we got JPJ now, so
Yeah, I say win against the Raiders.
I agree. Houston week 4. W.
extreme W. Cover.
Win.
Cover. I'm gonna put cover next to it.
Thank you.
God, Oklahoma doesn't allow sports betting. I'm so pissed.
They do illegally. Bovado.
Yeah.
The LimeWire of sports betting.
Week 5, Baltimore. That is at home.
Win.
I'll say win. Yeah.
Yeah, if we split with them, it wouldn't surprise me, and we'll probably win at home. Week 6 is the bye, so we're gonna win.
Cover.
Cover.
I hate an early bye.
Cover and the over. Give me all right. Week 7, Rams.
Win.
Win. That offensive line is atrocious still.
TJ's gonna go for 13 sacks.
So here's what I like about this is that it is on the road the week after the bye.
Yeah.
That helps.
And it's the furthest trip, I think.
No,
Unless
Seattle.
Seattle's further. Seattle's
Seattle.
further? Okay. Seattle's further.
Okay. Week 8, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think
say
that's
loss.
an L. Yeah,
Win.
that's a win for you.
Win.
I have
Have you
that
caught
as a loss.
have you caught on to my theme yet?
We're covering.
I would say yeah. I have high expectations for Jacksonville this year. Still the AFC South.
Okay. Your Tennessee Titans come to the Berg on week 9.
and that's a 3-day turnaround, by the way,
Win.
For who?
for both
Oh,
because
for-
it's Thursday night game.
That sucks.
Win.
If I'm saying they lose against the Jaguars, I say they win against the Titans.
I would say so too, just because Titans have to travel. We're at home, so that helps on the turnaround. You know what I mean? No travel.
The Titans have
um,
literally one offensive player that's even worth mentioning in the American oxygen system.
But that also depends whether or not he stays there.
Yeah, I think he will because
I-
Broadway would burn down without him.
Okay. So we're all going wins against the Titans.
Sorry, tits.
Pack come to Heinz Field week
Win.
10.
Win.
It's tough, right? Because they weren't a bad team last year. You got a rookie quarterback.
Well, it's not a rookie.
True. Technically.
It's like a 7th year.
Yeah, 7th year starter. He's a 7th year starter. He's already got his wand. Yeah, we gotta lose a game somewhere in here. All right, I'll give him
I don't see
win.
why. Sid said country-specific oxygen is a wild take.
Yeah,
Well,
it is a good one. Cleveland Browns, Week 11.
win.
If this was a night game, I would have said loss, but it's a day game, so I'm saying win.
Kenny Pickett will never lose an NFL football game. Kidding. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Kenny Pickett.
And Kenny Pickett. Okay, Bungles, Week 12. That is when we are there.
On a real note, it's a toss-up. In Derek's world, win.
Okay.
I say loss for this
I think
one.
that's a loss too, Greg.
When
Joey
we go
Barra.
undefeated, you guys are both going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I know. Week 13, the Cardinals come here.
Cover.
Loss.
Loss?
What?
Who the
Mike-
fuck is their quarterback?
Mike Tomlin is always due for one egg to be laid during the season, and it's the Cardinals. And Kyler should be back by then.
So I think that's the Jaguars game. Is the egg.
I think the Jaguars are good enough to not be an egg, is Greg's point.
Oh, well then maybe it's the Titan. I don't know. Yeah.
I disagree with
Something-
both of you, though.
Something about Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Green Bay right in a row like that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Who's the Cardinals' best player?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
Who's their best player that actually wants to be there?
probably Kyler Murray when he's healthy.
Who's the best player who's healthy and actually wants to be there? Okay.
Larry
Yeah,
Fitzgerald.
fair point.
Technically, he's still a player.
That blows my mind still.
Okay. Week 14, Patriots here. In the
That's a
Burgh.
Thursday night game turnaround too.
When
Yeah. But again, it's home and home again. We really lucked out on that Thursday night double. Normally that would suck. But
This one, like I'm having flashbacks to how horrible they played last year against the Patriots. So like in my head, I'm thinking loss, but I'm gonna say win because I feel like they should theoretically learn better.
Greg or Derek,
it's all of them.
is
Cover
that a
this
cover?
game. Yeah.
That's
Come on.
a cover? No.
Yes, that is a cover game.
I think
They don't have a
that's an L.
single. They don't have a single offensive weapon that scares me.
I know.
Oh, the Juju revenge game probably.
Yep, Juju Gasecki's in there now. Ramondre Stevenson. Not a single one of them actually scares
I just
me.
something about those jerseys gives us PTSD.
That's fair. That's fine.
They should not have lost that game last year. They
Right.
should not. Mac Jones looked way better than he did all year against us.
Okay. Week 15, Colts. We go there. That's a W.
That's a win.
no, that's a C. Sorry, Gardner.
Sorry, Gardner.
Or Richardson might be playing by then, perhaps.
How dare you? Bite your tongue. This is a Gardner Minshew show.
The mustache is going to take over Indy. All right, and then
Do we
16.
force Greg to grow a mustache?
Yes,
now that-
absolutely. 16 Bengals at
Won't go
home.
well.
Bengals at home? Oh man, win.
Revenge win. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we split with them and the Ravens. Seattle in Seattle on 17.
Win.
I'm gonna say loss.
I
gonna
think
say
the
loss.
tires fall off Seattle this year.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think at this point in week 17, Seattle's gonna be desperate. So they're gonna play like a little. They're gonna come
Can
out
I
guns
offer a
blazing.
scenario to you, Greg?
Offer the scenario to me.
There is a very real situation at this point. They are fighting for Drake May.
Ooh, I like it.
So Pete Carroll, I guess my stance on the Pete Carroll shit there is that he probably won't stick around for the next quarterback, but he would do the franchise a solid and be like, you know what, we're gonna
get you
rest
there.
we're gonna rest some starters and get you in the Williams, May, Ewers kind of situation.
And if they're bad, maybe they've already traded Metcalf
Or Lockett.
or Lockett.
Yeah. I agree.
I think we take 5 L's on the year, and if we lose to Seattle, that would make it 6 as far as my prediction goes. So I'm
Well,
gonna
wait,
give us a win.
Wait, you got week 18 still left.
Yeah, that's what I think we lose to Baltimore in Baltimore.
I agree. I think we do because we already beat them in week 5. So
Right.
Win. They're gonna
Okay.
ruin Zay Flowers. I'm cool with this. Win.
All right, so Derek's got them going 0-8 or 0-17. Greg, you have 1, 2, 3,
17-0.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have them going 10-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
I'm sorry. We've been over this. I'm not a smart man.
Oh, the Chargers just announced their content for the giveaway. It's another anime.
Is it? Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the schedule stuff. I saw the Bears.
I have them
the
going
Bear,
12-5.
Nice, Josh.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
think
That
that's
feels
realistic.
comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, I will say this is a manageable schedule. Having 2 Thursday night games sucks. Having
But we're
the
home
bye,
and it's home and home. I that makes such
Agreed.
a difference.
that's fair. But also having the bye week early, I don't like. I'd much rather have the bye week like in the middle or kind of later in the year.
Well, I mean, something could happen, and we'll be happy about the bye week there.
I
Can
also
we?
wonder is like Jacksonville traveling back to back is whoever we're playing or the Patriots traveling back to back because that stuff matters.
Who do you guys think we win in week 1 of the preseason? Us or the Bucks?
I think that's they're gonna make Mayfield start and finish that entire game. That's what I
hope so.
think.
Well, this is the first year that we're doing 3 preseason games, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
When do the starters play?
Week
probably the
third.
second one. Yeah, second one, I guess.
And then the third one's about roster cuts? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm upset about that.
I mean, if you listen to any of the actual players talk, like they know who's getting cut at OTAs.
Yeah, there's an easy one there, but there are guys still fighting for roster spots on special teams by the 4th week. So the 4th
True.
week of preseason was always an actual fun. It was basically like watching an XFL game.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I kind of liked seeing the roster battles kind of play out because you always, especially like as Steelers fans, like we'll see like people tweeting about how guys are playing well in camp and we're like, oh, let's see how they do in game action and stuff. And then you're like, whoa, that guy actually looked like he belongs. Like Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren is like the perfect example of that. Yeah. So I'm kind of with you, Deke. Like I kind of wish they still did 4, but I think based on the fact that they agreed to the extra regular season game, they had to reduce 1 at some point. So
Yeah,
it makes
makes
sense.
sense. It's what is annoying.
You guys want to do NBA playoffs before we play a game?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it. By the way, I have the game on in front of me right now. The Celtics are like stomping the Sixers right now. I hope Ping has something to hold tight very dearly because it's going to be a long evening for him.
I would like to compliment your Boston accent as being much better than New Jersey accent.
Thank you. I sometimes,
Oof.
So I think first and foremost, the reason I wanted this topic to go was we got to give Greg his flowers. Despite the fact that the Knicks gutted one out last night, it sure as hell seems like the Heat are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, can I say one thing before that? Josh, did you actually think the Knicks had a chance? I don't want to take anything away from you, Greg.
I thought maybe there was going to be like a by committee situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where like the Heat run as far as Jimmy Butler will take them. And like, I thought maybe the Jalen Brunson and the gang situation could overdo that. But I don't, I've been a victim of Jimmy Butler so many times now, I can't count how many. So, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, I don't know what to tell you, bud. I mean, they just
We'll take the Hounds friendship out of it. The Knicks are not. Like, the Knicks and the Cavs, both of them would have gotten mollywopped by either team that got through. So I'm not taking it away from you, Greg. You
Molly.
go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what?
think
That's
Cleveland
it.
stood a
That's
chance?
I think Cleveland would have had a much better chance against Miami.
They lost 4-1 against the team that's losing to Miami right now. You
Yeah,
can't-
but I think Cleveland has at least something that the Knicks don't have. I think the Cavs can at least shoot a little bit better, and I think they would have actually had a much better game plan versus the Heat. I think it would have been closer, honestly.
the only
I
thing
don't.
the Cavs have is a point guard with a better PR department. Like, I like Donovan Mitchell. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
I don't
but
think.
like,
Have you not seen me jerk off Jalen Brunson on Twitter? I think I'm a pretty good PR department for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I tend to avoid stuff that involves jerking off that isn't like that. Yeah, just saying. So that's just my.
never inviting you to the orgy again. No, the bigger
Sorry.
point is the Knicks in my mind are the Knicks in my mind are a superstar away from being an elite team.
Sure.
And they have Randall, who was kind of it, Brunson, who was kind of it, a lot of really good pieces. Cleveland, for me, has absolutely peaked at what they are. And
The
I
superstar
don't
guard.
mean,
They don't need a big man.
what do you define Giannis as?
We're not bringing this up. I can't do that.
Yeah, let's go.
Well,
I'm so
so it
excited.
depends
I'm
what
so
Phoenix
excited. That's the
does.
thing now. So
Phoenix could
excited.
ship off Chris Paul for somebody, so Chris Paul could end up in New York on some kind of deal.
Yeah,
You
but
look at all
he
this
can't shoot
situation.
either.
No, but he's a better facilitator than anybody they've had in the. He would be the greatest Knicks point guard ever.
Sure, I'm saying like I think what the Knicks are missing, like Jalen Brunson is a walking bucket, but not from behind the arc.
I would like to see Trey Young there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I think
could
the
you
fact is,
imagine
like,
the
yeah.
greatest?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That makes me hard. Sorry, Greg.
the bad guy. Yeah, no jerking off. Greg doesn't
Yeah.
like that.
No.
The
Can you
bad
imagine Tom
guy
Thibodeau trying to get him to play defense though?
Nope.
That would not
they got to
go
switch
well.
coaches. They'd have to switch coaches.
No, they would
The
just
coach
sub
killer,
him off after every shot.
Which is
Foul and then sub him
referencing
out of
hero
game.
ball, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that Cleveland or the Knicks had any sort of shot against Miami or Milwaukee.
Yeah. I mean, I understand where that comes in. I think there's definitely like we have friends who are Knicks fans and that like I'm like pulling for them because I want them to be happy.
For sure, for sure.
I also really like Jalen Brunson as a player. Like he's fun to watch. He tries. You know what I mean? Like you see effort. It's not like Luka where he has 80 and you're like, did this kid break a sweat? Like you see every time Jalen Brunson touches the ball, it's effort. And so like, I mean, he played all 45 fucking minutes last night. Like
He's a dog.
I love
get me wrong.
Jalen Brunson. So like, but I think you're right. Where I just think like somehow Kyle Lowry is a better shooter than anybody that the Knicks have.
I also
Hot take,
I think
but maybe
well,
not wrong.
No. Listen, like I am adamant that the Knicks do not have a true shooter. That is like they absolutely do not. But in fairness, like I'm happy the Knicks are playing well because I personally think the NBA is better when the Knicks are good because I think it adds like a fun element to it.
In the playoffs counts as being good.
No. When the last time before this? They're good now. I'll give you that. When was the last time the Knicks were good?
Ewing?
Before this?
Melo? Did Melo Knicks were Melo Knicks teams
Yeah,
good?
Melo I would count.
Okay.
The Melo Stoudemire Knicks.
Okay.
And that was a shooter. So back you up, Greg. I agree.
So it's
go ahead.
It's nice that they're good. That's what I'll say with that. But yeah, it's unfortunate just because they're running into just such a well-coached team. And I have to give credit to the Miami Heat with this regard is that, goddamn, they just know when to turn it on.
Yeah.
Like
know when to fold
They
them.
absolutely do. They absolutely. Like I can't. I've never seen a team that like they are the Brooks Koepka of basketball. They only get excited for the big games. That is it.
That was a me analogy if I've ever fucking heard one. Did you steal that? Like that is such a weird fucking team.
No. Because
love
I've been adamant many times that Brooks Koepka only gets up for the big tournaments. That's it.
It's true.
Because I've said that before.
That's not a bad analogy. The more I chew on it, the problem I have with it is that Miami Heat is the most military run and physically fit team, which is why they beat teams. And He ain't.
But-
But I love the fact that he is always really good and always there and doesn't quite win some of them, but only gets up for majors. And then I do like the fact that he basically was like, fuck everybody, I'm going to the Live. And it feels very Jimmy Butler-esque, where it's like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys, I'm going here to get paid.
Like, you couldn't tell me that during this entire NBA season that you thought the Miami Heat were going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. I thought the Bulls would sneak past them.
Well, to be fair, I also famously said that I didn't think the Lakers were going to be able to make it because AD's a fucking injury-prone fraud. So
Which
anything
maybe
can
he
happen.
is.
Well, that
Jaylen
logic
Brown-
still might be playing in.
Jaylen Brown took the mask off.
Good, he looks stupid.
Some are saying that might be the difference in this series. Do you guys think the Sixers hold on?
Well, right now, Game 6, Boston's up by 14. I think anything can
It's early.
happen. James Harden does not look like James Harden. Tyrese Maxey doesn't look like he's going to take over a game. I think Boston realized they got embarrassed in Game 5 and probably are like, we need to like step on these dudes' necks and then basically force a Game 7 at that point. I
Can you
think
step on a neck when you're down?
I think so.
I think it would. Philly is up.
Right.
They have their foot on the neck, and Boston's going. Philly would be the ones that got to step on some necks.
That's
and they're
fair.
not because they're little bitches, Ping.
They got to do. I mean, the PJ Tucker Embiid interaction the other night. Don't roll your eyes. You know,
If you are the MVP, if you are the MVP of the league, you are the
PJ Tucker.
MVP of the league. You have been a face of the organization since you were drafted and sat out for 3 years. That team has done nothing but cater to your bitch ass. And you need a pep talk from PJ Tucker. You're a bitch. I'm sorry. You are. Like, if you need a pep talk, don't get me wrong. It was probably awesome. I love PG Tucker. I'm with you. Shout out
The shoe god, baby.
But the point is, if you are the MVP, your fans believe you were snubbed for MVP the past 2 years, and your team lost to the bounce of a basketball when the Raptors were renting Kawhi Leonard. And that is the closest you have ever been to a piece of hardware. And you need a pep talk in that situation. Bitch.
Meanwhile, the guy who you robbed of what should arguably have been a 3-time MVP is over there fighting the owner of the team.
Bro, he puts up 54, and all I can still look at is just his belly.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
we're
incredible.
the same, dude. Like, we have the same body type, and he's out there putting 60 on the greatest athletes on the planet.
He's almost like on another level when it comes to being able to use your body effectively. It's weird. Like,
Go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
it's weird, man. Like this dude has basically every like average Joe type body that you could expect, except he just knows how to use physics to make it work to the point that he's just incredible.
You couldn't
and
fit a
elite.
piece of paper under his jumper.
Amazing.
He Big Cat calls him the best YMCA pickup player ever. And that's his game though. That little like one leg step back. He's always going off the backboard. Like, it's just
Ping.
God, I fucking love you. I mean, it's not fun to watch, but it's fun to watch in a weird way.
Oh, hang on. I would say it's fun to watch because I'm enjoying the unraveling of a #1 overall pick in Phoenix before our eyes right there. It's just incredible.
Who,
He's
Ayton?
absolutely, he's destroying DeAndre Ayton in every sense of the word. And
Yeah,
it's
Well, some of
amazing
us
to
don't
watch.
consider Arizona a big program. So
Still
some of us
#1 overall
expected
pick.
this.
Still #1 overall pick.
Oh,
man.
so
That's
you
all
think
it-
Ben Simmons is good? That's wild.
Oh, fuck. I walked myself into that one.
Go get the hat.
Damn it.
I
it's
need
the
to-
4-1-2-1.
Oh, why do you? Oh, damn it.
I need to
I
get
was gonna say, if
the,
you had that ready, damn.
I need to get the trash ass statement thing back up and running. I think.
It's so good.
It
no,
was really good.
Dude, Ayton was never this thing though. Ayton was a freak
wasn't.
center. I get it, but he wasn't this like going to be the greatest thing ever. Do you know who's really at fault for DeAndre Ayton sucking? The Suns, because they brought him back. He could have left, Greg. They could have
Yeah.
saved a ton of money, and they could have had a center that I don't know puts up more than 4 fucking points in a playoff game or 6.
He is becoming Roy Hibbert before our eyes, and it is very, very unpleasant to watch. And they matched the contract that Indiana tried to give him too, which is even worse when you think about it in hindsight.
They
They
could have
could-
had
could
B-ball
you-
Paul.
Well, not even that. Could you imagine like the amount of money that they could basically do to just redo their entire roster in this offseason? Because clearly Booker and KD by themselves is not enough to beat the Nuggets. So
Are you shocked by that?
No, because Michael Porter was the number one player in his class. He just had back problems, and Jamal Murray, it took 2 years off to do something.
We forgot how good Jamal Murray was in the bubble. And then like we just got like a massive rude awakening because of this series.
Like,
although I am surprised that they're going 6 games. I am very surprised.
Josh, yes, I'm surprised because it's Kevin Durant and Booker and Paul and Ayton and these guys. But the other thing
I'm even past that. I'm just talking about those two.
They
KD
gave
and
up
Booker.
They gave up depth for KD.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what got the Suns to the final with Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges and these guys. So the fact that they gave it up, they need 35 plus minutes and basically 30 points
from
each.
Both of them.
Yes, every night to have a chance to win. And the Nuggets,
which is kind of the Knicks. It's kind of the Knicks too. The Knicks need the Knicks need an entire 48 minutes from Jalen Brunson just to even like stay competitive in a game. It's different wavelengths because they're not outscoring them and all that, but like they need they don't have the depth like the Suns, in fairness.
Yeah, but they didn't give up their depth to get Jalen Brunson.
No, I agree, but what I'm saying is it's kind of similar though in that aspect that like they don't have the necessary like role players to make it work, so therefore they need to like run their star players into the ground in order to make it work.
I almost think it's the opposite. I think that the Knicks are a bunch of depth players that need a KD or a Booker.
Yeah, that's closer to where I am, Greg, where it's like they need, as we said, a star. Mm-hmm. But I think you're alluding to we get it, Greg. You said they didn't have shooters. Is that what you want here?
What are you talking about?
I mean, like the Knicks have like Julius Randle comes off the floor and Obi Toppin comes in. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're have
all depth.
But
that is a roster full of guys that LeBron James would take to a final.
Yes, and that's literally what the Lakers are doing right now. Yeah,
I don't disagree, Greg. I just think that they aren't KD or Booker or Ayton or Paul.
Yeah,
they're a team full of really good role players. I don't know.
With the exception, what were you Brunson thinking? Walks that line. Like there's games where he has 40 and he's great, but like also like there's games where he's invisible.
No. I'm more so comparing it to the logic of like needing one guy to essentially lead you to the promised land in that sense. With regards to the Suns, you need Booker and KD or else that team is just nothing to go with because they sacrifice all their depth. With regards to the Knicks run based on Jalen Brunson because you can't rely on Julius Randle to lead you. You can't rely on RJ Barrett to lead you. You can't rely on anyone else on that team to lead you. So that's kind of what I'm getting at is like you need someone to be the catalyst for that and play as much as possible in order for you to even be given a chance. So because if you took Jalen Brunson off of that team, that Knicks team wouldn't have won that game. They would have gotten swept by the Heat probably.
Agreed. Let's touch on Lakers Warriors and get to a game real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Lakers Warriors. I think we may be in for one of the greatest Game 7s in NBA history.
I don't disagree because of a lot of reasons. The only reason I have to disagree is because they're older, but they're also still two of the top 5 players in the NBA right now with great role players. Here's, I guess, where I'll say about these teams. Both teams are now absolutely 100% perfect for Steph Curry and LeBron James, respectively, at this point in their career. Meaning that, they're playing a lot of minutes, but Jordan Poole takes minutes away from Steph and takes the ball into his hands. LeBron's allowing other players to bring the ball up the court and doing stuff. We are witnessing 2 guys who are reserving themselves to when they need to put the jet fuel kind of kicked up a notch. Yeah. So I don't disagree. I really hope the Lakers can close it out. I thought they were going to close it out last night, but I will say with the surest of sureness, I'm extremely surprised that this series is as good as it's been. I was a little worried it was going to just slide one way or the other.
Well, I don't think other than the first game, no game has been close.
No.
So it's just kind of been punch and counter punch. But I can like Game 7 in San Francisco with like literally because I don't think the Warriors beat the Nuggets. I think the Lakers can. Is like the way I would put it.
That's interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, who's gonna match up with fucking Jokic on? Like you,
So it's not
Green
so much
can't
that,
handle fucking AD. What do you think he's gonna handle Jokic?
well, they would just shoot the lights out and force. So the difference there is 3s and 2s. And Greg, tell me, keep me honest here. So if the Lakers go up against it, slow, methodical defense, high efficiency shooting under the paint. If the Warriors go up against Denver, I almost guarantee they're going to be leaning on Michael Porter and Jamal Murray more than Joker now. Because, Joker can have a field day. Steph Curry can absolutely have the same effect, or Clay or Dre on that outside with Jordan Poole. And so they are taking away Jokic's power under the rim defensively. And when it's 3s versus 2s, the 3s that get hot tend to make the series pretty quick.
I just don't think that Denver has shot the 3 ball that bad, though.
Not that bad, but not the Warriors' way.
No, like the key difference though, the key difference though is that Klay Thompson just has not been Klay Thompson during this series yet.
Fair.
Yeah, like he hasn't like kind of woken up yet. I think in
the first game they won. Yeah, game 2.
Game two
in the first half or something. Yeah.
Game 2 he woke up and stuff, but like since then he has not been relied upon. I don't know if it's because of like the logic that like Steph has kind of been the catalyst for the offense and he wasn't needed, but the Warriors are good when both Klay and Steph are like on a mission at that point. And regardless of if Draymond drops like 20 in a game, like that was amazing that we saw last night because that's not normal for him, but the Warriors are at their best when Klay and Steph are the ones that are the catalyst for the offense. So like Klay needs to wake up at that point for the Warriors to even get to a game 7, because if he doesn't, I don't see the Warriors winning game 6 if Klay doesn't drop at least 20.
Klay had game 1, 25, game 2, 30, game 3, 15, game 4, 9, game 5, 10. Jordan Poole is the name that I'm pulling for. A little bit more there. 21 game 1, a combined 22 points through the next 4, 6, 5, 0, 11, because he only played 10 minutes in that one. So the other thing you got to remember in all these is, Tatum is 0-10 going into the half. Wow.
Yep. And they're up by 7? Oh my God. I did not realize that.
So
the Sixers might win this then. Jesus. Okay.
Maybe. I don't hate the game 7 take though.
If Tatum's over 10, my God. Okay.
Cool. Are we ready?
Yep. All right. And they are off. Guess that logo, Bachelor Party Draft, Greatest Albums of 2000, Anti-Draft, Periodic Elements, and Best Arcade Games are running. Best Arcade Games and Guess That Logo are out in a front.
They're angry. They're very angry that it's taken this long.
Is in the Raiders colors today.
Bo Jackson, baby. It's Bo Jackson.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, Best Arcade Games? No. Guess That Logo. Oh, we get to do hockey anyway. Yay.
Oh, man.
Suck a dick. All right. So the way Guess That Logo works is that you get to guess the logo. If you don't get it, the other person gets the chance to steal. Would you say, smartass?
The way Guess That Logo works is you get to guess the logo.
Shut up.
Just a great description.
All right. Okay. So
are these every sport?
This is NHL only.
Nice.
Yeah. So let me just run this real quick and see which one of you starts and which one of you defers. They're running. While we're waiting for this to finish, who do you guys have to win the cup right now with everything that's transpired?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to take back everything I said about a goalie not being able to steal a game anymore in the NHL after the Maple Leafs and Panthers game yesterday. A rookie goaltender on I don't even think he was their backup, Josh. What was he, like their third stringer? Like they called up from the Marlies to come in?
Joe, let's not. We're talking about like a top 5 goalie prospect that stepped in, Joseph Wall. So like, yes, he's a rookie, but also this kid was a stud. He has a
Yep.
World Juniors championship. He was a stud at BC. Joseph Wall is the real deal. So
Yeah, but to be able to withstand the pressure of a Panthers team that has been just arguably dominating the Maple Leafs
Yeah.
through
Up and down.
through this regard, up and down, and has been able to withstand that and kept them into Game 5 and going into Toronto. I give him a lot of credit for that, so I take back what I said about a goaltender being able to steal a series, but it's not. But I'm still saying the Panthers win, and based on what I've seen, I got Carolina and
Okay.
I'm trying to think in the West.
Oilers
Carolina.
versus Knights and Dallas versus Kraken.
I say Oilers and Canes. Although I would be curious. I hope Draisaitl's okay after that nasty slash that he took last
He literally,
night.
as he skated by the penalty box last night and said, "Guess what? I'm fine." To beat Angelo. Like he was literally like,
I love it.
"You can't
I
hurt
love it. What an
the
asshole.
German Gretzky, motherfucker." That's
Who? What's going on in the Dallas Kraken? Tied 2-2. What's the
tied
kind
2-2.
of momentum?
Dallas had a huge game 4 to tie that series. They blew the doors off the Kraken. We'll see. It's down to, can Dallas's top 2 lines beat the Kraken's top? Like they have 4 second lines basically. Right now, it's kind of coming down to a goaltending duel between Ottinger and Grubauer. Both guys have gotten blown out, and both guys have stolen games. So,
Which, by the way, Josh, I did want to say it was confirmed that Pietrangelo was suspended 1 game for the slash on Draisaitl.
1 game.
Yeah, he was suspended 1 game. It was made official.
That helps the Oilers for sure.
I'm
but
going
there were also
Oilers,
some
Panthers just to hurt Greg's feelings.
the Oilers Panthers. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Greg's
My
up
heart.
first for guess that logo. Greg,
Bullshit.
what logo is that?
So just so we're clear, the only way I'm able to actually watch the logo is like on a stream delay because
I know.
watching it. Yeah, so
okay.
like just
You
Take
just
a
gotta
second.
wait for it to come up.
by the way, Josh, how do you spell guess?
I didn't want to do it.
I'm
This
sorry.
graphic has been made for weeks.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
I'm sorry. Okay.
If I guess
so,
before he does, do I win?
At this point, yeah, he fucking just buried me.
I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the buff slug. So it is the Buffalo Sabres.
That is correct. Greg's up 1-0. Deke,
I
in
miss
that
the red
logo.
and black logo. The red and black one was sick.
It was.
I mean,
sick.
Chip buy me a puck with it before.
There were a lot of people that were like very against it when they dropped it, and then weirdly
Really?
enough, when they brought it back for the reverse
loved it.
retro, everyone loved it again. So it's what's old is new. It's like
I
a
still
Robo
got the
Penguin.
slug on the screen, by the way, guys. So,
You still have a slug? Okay.
just waiting. All right, Greg just got a point. Oh, that's a bear. I'm gonna go with.
Did you just see him? He was like ready to cast it, and then he was like, ah!
It's between 2. Are these all pro teams?
Yep, all NHL teams.
Okay. It's between 2.
2?
Yeah.
Walk us through it. Talk us through it.
Well, it's
Let's see
between Boston and Minnesota. Because the Wild is a bear too, but the Bruins a bear.
Yes, it is.
It's an ugly fucking bear. Give me Boston Bruins.
That's correct. The
Ah,
Wild have
dude.
never changed their logo. I'm just gonna go. ahead and
Okay.
give that to
Well,
you.
and I've
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
seen this logo, but I knew the Bruins did some shit.
Right.
They'd wrote in the comments Hershey Bears, which is why I was like, I better check.
Hershey
Honestly,
Bears.
that's be a great poll. That's a great poll.
But
actually,
the
that was
Hershey
case.
Bears are the Capitals minor league team, oddly enough. So
But they've always been the Hershey
Peng.
Bears though, because like
Yep.
that was even when the Pens had their affiliate with them.
Yep.
They were always the Hershey Bears.
yep. Greg, you're up.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler. He said Derek. ... The Minnesota Wild is a fucking bear too.
I recognize this one, and I hate this logo for the record. This is the Edmonton Oilers.
That is correct. You hate
That's
that logo?
the sword from Halo.
I don't like it. It's weird. Like it's like I get it. Like the black drop is supposed to represent the oil, but like I don't like it.
It's a
Like the oil.
teardrop for murder.
Love that logo.
Really?
Love that logo.
Josh, you are someone that I feel like prides themselves on like, tradition and like, classic colors and stuff like that.
Looks
I
like
would
a
have thought you would
robot's dildo.
I would have felt like you would have hated this one. Just saying.
I liked your sword from Halo analogy. That was good. No, I
It's an
love
energy
those.
sword.
I love those jerseys, but that was also like the Chris Pronger, Dwayne Rollison, Anson Carter. Like that was a nasty
Okay.
Oilers team. They were fucking dirty.
All right, this C's throwing me off.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm,
This is a toughie. This is a big a toughie.
There's a team named after this thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a team that has a C in it.
Mm-hmm. The cocksuckers.
There's northern
Wow.
cocksuckers. Because the Maple Leafs don't have any fucking C, I'm gonna have to go Montreal Canadiens.
Fuck yes, Derek. Good
Okay.
job, buddy.
bravo. That was good.
That's a
Fuck
tough
you, Greg.
one.
Don't say good job. We're enemies.
I
That
was
was tough
giving you
because I
respect.
was like, the Maple Leafs could just be honoring Canada, but they wouldn't
Yep.
do that with the Canadians that
Yep.
close to them. All
Yep.
right.
I
Good,
honestly
good,
thought,
good,
Josh,
good.
for a second that you were gonna like pull a fast one and say, no, that's Hockey Canada.
No,
some
I said
bullshit.
only
No,
NHL
it was all
teams.
NHL. That was I would have done
Okay.
that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Charlotte Tree Fallers.
There's a Charlotte. You got to come on, be better than the Nova Scotia Tree Fallers. Greg, you're up.
Wow. This one I do not know.
Ooh, okay.
I do not know this one.
I think I do.
Ooh.
All right. So I'm guessing it's obviously Canadian. I don't recognize the
He's gonna
landmark.
get it wrong. I love
Puerto
this.
Rican. That's
It's Puerto Rico.
It's that American air we talked about.
that's right. It's the Puerto
I don't-
Rican buildings. That's what.
Yeah, I
Never
don't
seen
recognize.
that.
Yeah, I don't recognize it. I'm gonna guess. It's gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna guess Calgary Flames.
No, Derek, chance to
Ah.
steal.
I broke down the different Leafs before this pick, Greg. I'm very interested why you went with a team that was about fire.
I don't know. I was just simply guessing, honestly.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Nope. That is
Ah.
the alternate logo for the Ottawa Senators.
No,
Ah,
it's-
the capital. Damn it.
no, they're in Washington, Greg. Get your head out of your ass.
Yeah.
No, Capitol is what I did.
All right, well, it's Capitals, so now
All
you're
right,
bumped
Deke,
twice.
you're up.
That was a tough one.
Mm-hmm, that was.
So is this one.
Sid said the Kiski Maple Rockets.
Ski Maple Rocket. It's a rocket.
Shout
Big
out
fans of
Kiski.
Maple and PA.
Shout out
you know,
Kiski.
you
Love
know?
our pancakes and rockets.
Mhm.
Waiting on the world to change.
Yeah, I
oh, there
bet
you
you are.
go. Oh my God. Whoever drew this needs castrated. Got wings. Looks like a little pilgrim. I have a really good idea. And these are all current teams, right?
All current teams.
Okay, cool. I just had to ask.
Yep.
I'm stuck between two, but I don't want to say them because Greg will get a steal if I'm wrong on it. I'm gonna go with what I believe is the obvious one of the two.
Okay.
No, I know that shape. Never mind. No, I'm going St. Louis Blues.
Incorrect.
Should have gone the other
Mm.
one. That
I have-
wing shape. The wing
I have
shape
the
is what
raw
got me.
name. I forgot about that.
I'm between two as well, and I'm gonna guess the Philadelphia Flyers.
That is correct.
Is it okay?
It's an Amish guy playing hockey.
Well, I was gonna say Capitals because that's a pilgrim.
That's
But then I was
Pilgrim.
like, dude, I'm telling you, his wings, that is the Blues
Yep.
music sign, obviously. But
Yeah, I was also thinking Blackhawks just because of like
yeah,
the
that would have been a
wings.
good one.
Yeah.
Greg, you're up. Once your screen
Alright.
changes.
Which, by the way, the dude did kind of look like a Jagoff, which was perfect for the Philadelphia Flyer logo. Just saying.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Very much so.
Moorhead is dropping his ranking and grading of each draft class at 9 tonight.
Ooh. Okay.
Why 9 tonight, buddy? I was clicking on that. Oh, I know this one. This
I
one's
feel
easy.
like, yeah. I also feel like I'm like punking myself out of it because I feel like it's the obvious one, but it also might not be. But I'm still gonna do it just in case. Give me the LA Kings.
That's correct.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna
who
like.
else were you thinking?
I don't know, but I thought Josh was gonna fake me out for a second, and I'm like, no, that can't be a Kings logo.
Wasn't there
Might
an
be
old
something
team that
else.
was the Norsemen or something like that? The Nordics. That's gotcha.
Nordiques.
Quebec Nordiques, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only other one I could think of because I was like, well, that kind of looks like a Norse guy, but I don't think that's exactly what that word means.
Derek, you're up when your screen changes. You have to get the last two to tie Greg. He's up 4-2.
Which, for the record, Arizona needs to go back to Quebec City. Just saying.
Oh, I see what happened. You gave me a point. Wait.
Arizona. I changed it. Arizona
Gotcha.
is from Winnipeg. Greg.
Oh, this is Calgary.
Yep, that's
Which one's
right.
That one I know. That's a cool logo.
It is a cool.
Who came from Quebec? Was it Colorado?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they just happen to have fucking Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, and then they traded for Patrick Waugh the second. They got
Was
to
that-
Colorado.
Paul Correa too, or no?
No, Paul Correa was Anaheim.
Anaheim. Fuck.
Greg, you're up when your screen changes.
Oh, damn. I do not know this one.
Current NHL team.
Wow. Current NHL team.
Oh, piggies.
God, I'm trying to like think of like anything associated with like pork or bacon now, which is the worst.
That was the
this is
worst.
gonna be-
The worst half of what's his nuts' career.
Jason Tatum's.
Yeah.
Good. Needs to wake the fuck up.
Little oinkers.
I'm. This is gonna be so wrong, but give me the. I'm gonna guess Detroit Red Wings.
That is incorrect. Derek, chance to steal and tie the game.
Well, we can narrow out. Let's talk about who we can get rid of.
Okay, sure.
We can get rid of the Kraken.
Yep. Good call.
Can get rid of Vegas.
Okay, well, that was my next one, Greg. So don't.
Sorry.
I hate everything. I'll be fully transparent. I saw it off Votesh, who wrote after it, read after he guesses.
Vo,
So there
what
goes
the
my chance
fuck,
to tie
man?
it up. The Canes.
that's correct.
Vo, putting read after he guesses after the fucking thing when I've been reading the comments all night is an
Yeah, dude, it's
insane
just
thought
brutal.
process. So, well, I still get a point, but all right, next.
This is why I don't hang out with them anymore.
I get a
Just
point for
saying.
being honest. Half a point.
Well, here's part of the problem. Is I really don't have anything else. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I'm just clicking through shit. God damn it.
Vo.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Vo. You broke 2 beers deep, you
Who was it?
jag
Yeah, I
off.
did.
No. I wasn't. I don't. Who was I gonna? I was gonna pick.
Was this actually like Carolina's mascot, or was it like, or was it a Hartford mascot? Just out of curiosity.
That's Carolina's.
Okay. Wow, I would have
Was I
never
gonna?
guessed that.
No, there was somebody that I was gonna kind of pick.
Let's-
Oh, I think it was maybe Dallas for barbecue or some bullshit.
Let's.
Oh,
that's
that
not
would have been a
bad.
good one too.
All right, let's end it this way.
Derek wins.
Trivia.
Oh,
What
man.
franchise did the New Jersey Devils come from? So there was a franchise that moved to New Jersey. What was that franchise? For the win.
Whoever
believe-
said first, or
I believe Derek's up. Derek gets first pick here.
Okay. So there's a team in New Jersey,
Yep.
and they're
Currently, yes.
called the Greg. I'm up, and they're called the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was gonna move to New Jersey, I'd have to move away from somewhere worse.
That is a bad logic, but you go for it.
If I was a team that used to be a team, I'm going to go with, because you guys already named some of these fuckers. I think they became the Canes, so I'm not going to say that team. What's the fucking one team?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna go with.
There's
I'm gonna go
many
with
teams.
Greg. I'm up. Okay.
Sorry.
Winnipeg.
Incorrect. Greg,
Ah,
chance
worth
to
a shot.
steal and win the game.
I remember this because it was referenced with their reverse retro based
Yup.
on the
He's
colors.
got it. I'm sorry, Derek.
It is
Fuck.
the Colorado Rockies.
That is correct.
No, idiot. They're still a team.
Yeah.
Different colors though.
I knew it wasn't Winnipeg. I was trying. You know who I thought of was when Calgary used to have like the skateboard jerseys, and I was like, "Fuck, they're
Yeah.
still a team."
No,
They never went
that's-
away. They just had a sick
somehow
jersey.
that has been the same team.
Yeah, I don't know
Which
how.
makes no sense. Yeah. All right.
I mean, how embarrassing is it? Greg won by 1 in a hockey category.
I lucked out. What can I say? I'm struggling. I'm struggling
Perfect.
tonight.
Oh, another awesome episode, guys. I liked opening up with Guardians. One thing left to do. In your email, there is a
Ooh.
script.
I started
I'm
playing the
so
music.
excited.
That's on me.
Welcome,
I started
chat,
playing the
NBA,
music. I thought this
Sid,
sucker was
Bo.
over.
Every week from now, because I want to, we're writing
I'm so happy
a
this
chat,
is a thing.
a chat GPT script.
Oh, don't
This
bring it up
one
now.
is titled "The Acre Debate."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Internal living room day. Does everyone have it up?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Deke, Greg, and Josh are engaged in a lighthearted debate about the size of an acre. They sit on the couch surrounded by books, trying to find an answer. Scene. Guys, I'm telling you, an acre is tiny. It's like the size of a small backyard. I've seen acres before. They're definitely not that big.
Deke, I think you might be underestimating the size of an acre. It's actually quite large. Let me find a reference to show you.
Greg grabs a book from the nearby shelf and starts flipping through the pages.
I love the acting instructions in this one. Okay.
I found this thing that has prompts. I told you, man, and they're going off.
Okay. All right.
Scratch your fucking head.
You know what, Deke? I can't really explain what an acre is, but I know it when I see it. It's like one of those things you just understand, you know?
Deke chuckles, amused by Josh's response, smiling. Oh, Josh, that's classic. I know it when I see it. All right, let's see if Greg can find something to prove me wrong. Greg finds a page in the book showcasing an illustration of an acre.
Here it is, guys. Look at this illustration. An acre is an equivalent to about 43,560 square feet. It's much bigger than a small backyard.
Squinting at the illustration. Okay. Maybe I underestimated it a bit, but it still can't be that big, right?
Deke, I think you should trust Greg on this one. He knows his facts.
All right, fine. I guess I was mistaken. An acre is bigger than I thought. But just how big is it? Can you give us a visual, Greg?
Well, let's see. If I were to imagine an acre of land, I'd say it's roughly equivalent to the number of Oreos it would take to cover that area.
Deke and Josh exchange puzzled glances.
Wait, does the computer know that I love Oreos? Is that why this came in here? That's
I
fucked
put it
up,
in.
man. Stop telling the computer my gift.
I put it in.
Wait, Oreos, how does that help us understand the size of an acre?
Well, according to my magical calculations, it would take approximately 95,040 Oreos to cover an acre of land. Yes, I've done the math.
Deke and Josh burst into laughter.
Is it acting? I am.
Greg, you never fail to surprise us with your unique perspectives. So, an acre is like a delicious cookie wonderland, huh?
Exactly. An acre is a land of Oreos waiting to be devoured.
Josh, you got one line left, buddy.
Well, Greg, you may not have convinced us with the exact measurement, but you certainly satisfied our sweet tooth with Oreo imagery.
They all share a laugh,
Oh my god.
realizing that understanding the concept of an acre might be trickier than they initially thought.
Oh
Scene.
my god. That was way better than the Batman one.
it's getting smarter.
Oh my god.
That is terrifying. It is terrifying how accurate that is getting.
My favorite thing about it was that it knew Greg would say, an acre is the equivalent to the amount of Oreos it takes to fill an acre. Before he told us the number.
What? So
that's
are
terrifying.
you saving us in Chat GPT so it's like
So when you
learning
prompt
us?
when you prompt out ChatGPT, if you keep it in the same thread, it remembers the information in that thread. So I can call back. So I had to remove the Austin character and his traits, and then I keep pumping stuff in. So one of them was that let's see in here. There was something you say, Josh, where you oh yeah, the whole I can't explain it what an acre is, but I know it when I see it. Like, yeah, I said,
Sure.
Josh, like, I was basically like, Deke is wrong, but doesn't want to be. Greg's going to look it up. Sid said Greg's unique perspective. And then I wrote, Josh is the type of guy that doesn't know how to explain it, but knows he knows it.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. And that's what it spit out.
Oh,
Hindsight
man.
being 2020, I'm mad that I picked the wrong book because I should have picked the book that had like pictures of fucking Jack Ham and like Mean Joe Green,
No,
and
you
then that would have been kind of an anchor. I just picked like a novel I just read like over here out of nowhere because it was the first book I
Greg's
thought
unique perspective.
And where'd the Oreos come from?
I just said Greg finds out the equivalent of an acre due to the numbers of Oreos in there, and
Oh
it
my
sp-
God.
it spit
That's
out all of that.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's so funny.
So that was the end.
That
That's
was
the
I-
new-
that was a
I
good bounce
hope we
back.
end-
I did not love the first version of this.
I know.
The second
I
one
know,
was very
I
good.
know.
I thought the
good.
Batman thing was great, honestly.
Josh didn't
I
like
don't
it
know
because
what
he
you
had
thought.
reading lines.
I had a lot
Not
of reading
speaking lines, Greg. Not speaking lines. He had
Reading.
lines.
Ah, fair. Big difference.
Gentlemen,
Big difference.
Another wonderful episode of Two Beers Deep.
Yeah. Who's ready to watch the Sixers absolutely blow Game 6 tonight? Just saying.
Blow game
Find
7
out.
too at this rate.
Next week, I am gone. There will be a surprise guest with the two of these gentlemen. I am out. And then Ping is in town next weekend. But up until then, you can find us on all social medias. NBA is now going to take over our Discord. Please do.
Please do.
Yeah, don't do anything I wouldn't do, which is basically everything. And then we'll catch you guys next time.
Hopefully, Ping enjoys the many breweries that are available in Nashville. And Josh, cannot wait for updates from your travels this weekend.
Safe
bud.
travels, brother.
Steelers are going 16-0. 17.
now.
18.
17.
Doesn't matter.
19.
19.
Add the Fook in preseason.
Add the Super Bowl to it.
What? You turned Irish.
The Fookin. Love you.
It's Boston.
Love.